Hello guys, how are you all? Welcome back to my channel. So, today we are gonna see, what if Goku was summoned as a chakra beast? DBZ X Naruto. Subscribe if you enjoyed the video. And also check the description. So let's begin the story. The scroll burned. Not metaphorically. Not symbolically. The ancient parchment in Naruto Uzumaki's trembling hands actually burned, characters bleeding red light across weathered paper like wounds opening in reality itself. Naruto, stop! Iruka's voice cut through the clearing, desperate and raw. Blood dripped from his shoulder where Mizuki's kunai had bitten deep. That scroll, you don't understand what, understanding's overrated. Naruto's grin split his face despite everything. Despite the betrayal. Despite learning he carried a monster inside him. Despite 12 years of hate finally making sense. All I know is this jutsu's gonna prove I'm not some demon. I'm Naruto Uzumaki, and I'm gonna be, you're going to be dead. Mizuki's shuriken sang through moonlight. 4 blades. 5. 6. All aimed at the blonde idiot who'd stolen Konoha's forbidden scroll and somehow, impossibly, survived this long. Iruka moved. Body before thought. Chunin vest before student. The shuriken bit into his back instead of Naruto's heart. He fell. Naruto screamed. And the scroll screamed back. The sound wasn't sound. It vibrated through bones and teeth, through the forest floor and the very air molecules dancing between atoms. Ancient seals, layered over decades, over centuries, over generations, cracked like ice over winter lakes. What? Mizuki stumbled backward. His eyes, which had been so confident moments ago, so certain of victory and escape and reward from Orochimaru, now reflected only pure animal terror. What did you do? Naruto didn't answer. Couldn't answer. His hands were stuck to the scroll, chakra pouring out in waves he never produced before, couldn't produce, shouldn't be able to produce. The nine tails stirred. Deep in its cage, deep in Naruto's gut, Kurama's eyes snapped open. Crimson hatred met the world. And then, confusion. Because this chakra flooding the boy's system wasn't its own. Wasn't even chakra, not entirely. Something else mixed in. Something foreign. Something that smelled like stars. Boy, the fox rumbled, and for perhaps the first time in 12 years, actual concern edged that mountainous voice. Stop. Stop now. But stopping wasn't an option anymore. The scroll unfurled completely, paper stretching longer than physically possible, characters rearranging themselves into patterns that made geometry weep. A summoning contract. That's what it was supposed to be. An ancient agreement between human and beast, between dimensions, between. The fabric of space hiccuped, reality stuttered, and somewhere impossibly far away, in a universe where planets had names like Earth and Namek and Yardrat, where gods fought tournaments and warriors transcended mortality through sheer stubborn determination, someone was training. King Kai's planet. Come on, Goku. Is that really all you've got? King Kai's antennae twitched with amusement as he watched the Saiyan warrior flow through kata exercises in the heightened gravity. You've mastered Super Saiyan, defeated Frieza, and you're moving like my grandmother. Your grandmother must be pretty strong then. Goku's laugh echoed across the miniature planet. Sweat dripped from his orange GI, muscles burning pleasantly from the workout. This was his favorite kind of day. No universe-ending threats. No villains plotting destruction. Just pure, simple training. Bubbles chittered encouragement from the sidelines. Gregory polished his cricket bat nervously. He still remembered the spanking Goku had given him in their speed challenge. Besides, Goku continued, settling into a deeper stance. I'm working on something new. A way to maintain Super Saiyan without the anger. Make it my base state. If I can just, the planet lurched. Not physically. Gravitationally. Spiritually. Dimensionally. King Kai's antennae shot straight up. What in the, Goku, stop moving! Don't do anything! There's something. Space cracked. A seam appeared in nothing, in empty air above the small planet, and through it poured energy that made King Kai's godly senses scream. Not malevolent. Not evil. Just wrong. Energy that operated on completely different fundamental rules. Like someone had written new laws of physics and forced them through the gap. Goku, run! But Goku didn't run. He stepped forward, curiosity lighting his features. Whoa, what kind of ki is that? I've never felt anything. The seam widened, became a hole, became a mouth, and it was hungry. Goku barely had time to drop into a defensive stance before invisible chains, made of concepts he didn't understand, wrapped around his soul. Not his body. His essence, the fundamental existence that was Son Goku, Saiyan raised on Earth, defender of universes, student of martial arts and devourer of mountains of food. King Kai. He tried to power up, to transform, to break free through sheer strength. Golden light flickered around him. Super Saiyan emergence began. Don't fight it. King Kai's voice pitched high with panic. If you resist while the dimensional barrier's this unstable, you could rip yourself apart. You could damage the... Too late. Goku's power exploded outward, Super Saiyan transformation completing in a burst of golden energy. The chains flexed. Adapted. Absorbed. And began pulling. Goku, no! The world inverted. Colors drained and returned wrong. Up became down, became sideways, became directions that didn't exist. Goku felt himself stretching, compressing, existing in multiple states simultaneously. He saw King Kai's planet from above and below and inside. Saw the mortal realm spreading below like a quilt. Saw the dimensional walls between universes like paper screens. Saw one screen with a hole torn through it, and on the other side, a boy. Young. Blonde. Terrified. Drowning in his own chakra. Screaming for help nobody was coming to give. Goku's instincts overrode everything else. Someone needs help. He stopped fighting the pull, surrendered to it, and let the summoning take him. Konoha Forest. The light came first. Not fire. Not lightning. Something purer. Something that predated electricity and combustion, that remembered the hearts of stars and the moment before the universe learned to breathe. Mizuki threw his arms across his face. Iruka, bleeding and broken on the ground, could only watch as reality split like overripe fruit. And Naruto was screaming, not in pain. In shock. In confusion. Because the chakra network inside him, the pathways that had carried the Nine-Tails poison for 12 years, suddenly reversed. Energy that had been flowing out stopped. Energy from somewhere else flooded in. Foreign energy, alien energy, ki. The dimensional tunnel completed. Space-time shuddered. And through the hole between worlds, moving faster than light but slower than thought, came a person. He hit the ground in a three-point landing, one fist pressed to earth, knee bent, head down. Orange GI torn and smoking. Black hair shifting in wind that came from nowhere. Power radiating off him in waves that made the trees lean away like subjects before a king. Silence crashed over the clearing. Even the insects stopped chirping. Goku raised his head. Took in the scene. The wounded teacher. The terrified student. The traitorous ninja already backing away. Moonlight filtering through leaves overhead. Unfamiliar constellations visible through the canopy. He said intelligently. This isn't King Kai's planet. The scroll between Naruto's hands pulsed. Characters rearranged themselves one final time, settling into new configurations. The summoning contract, damaged, corrupted, transformed by the catastrophic dimensional breach, rewrote its own fundamental nature. Adapted. Evolved. Became something that had never existed before. A binding between human and not beast. Between shinobi and warrior. Between universes. Glowing chains manifested in the air. Ethereal. Beautiful. Terrifying. One end wrapped around Naruto's wrists. The other snaked through the air toward Goku like seeking serpents. Like destiny made visible. Like, oh no you don't! Goku backflipped away, impossibly fast. The chains missed. He landed 20 feet distant, hands up in a placating gesture. Look, I don't know what's happening here. But I'm not really into the whole being tied up thing. Had some bad experiences with that on Namek. Long story, the chains corrected. Tracked him. Hungered. Seriously, I really don't think. They struck. Faster than even Saiyan reflexes could dodge. Faster than instant transmission could activate. They phased through physical matter, through muscle and bone and blood, and wrapped around something deeper. Around the soul essence that made Goku Goku. He felt the binding snap into place. Felt chakra. That's what it was called, he understood suddenly, information downloading directly into his consciousness. Flood through him. Mix with ki. Merge. Integrate. Transform. Okay, Goku grunted, dropping to one knee as energies collided inside him. That's actually really uncomfortable. Like eating too much and training too hard at the same time, which, admittedly, I've done before, but what? Naruto's voice came out small. Childlike. Absolutely terrified. What are you? Goku looked up. Met the boy's eyes. Saw fear there, yes, but also hope. Desperation. The same look Gohan used to get when bullies cornered him. When the world seemed too big and scary and unfair, his expression softened. I'm Goku, he said simply. Son Goku. And you look like you could use some help. Mizuki chose that moment to attack. Not bravery. Pure panic. The kunai in his hand blurred toward Naruto's exposed back, toward the Ninetales container, toward everything Orochimaru had promised gold and power and safety for delivering. Goku moved. Later, when Anbu tried to reconstruct the events, when Kakashi analyzed the scene with his Sharingan, when even the Hokage himself studied the chakra traces left behind, nobody could quite explain what happened. One moment Goku was 20 feet away, kneeling, bound by ethereal chains. The next he stood between Mizuki and Naruto, one hand casually gripping the kunai blade. Not the handle. The blade. Sharp steel pressed against his palm without breaking skin. That's not nice, Goku said mildly. He's just a kid. Mizuki's eyes widened. His mouth worked. No sound emerged. Also, Goku continued, almost conversationally, attacking someone from behind? That's really poor form. Where I come from, warriors face each other. Even the villains usually follow that rule, well, except Cell. And Frieza. And actually, now that I think about it, most of the bad guys I've fought were pretty sneaky. Huh. Maybe it's just me and my friends who do the honor thing. He released the kunai, flicked Mizuki's forehead, gently. The Chunin flew backward like he'd been hit by a charging bull. Crashed through 2 trees. A third. Came to rest in a crater of his own making, unconscious before he hit the ground. Silence returned. Naruto stared. Iruka stared. Somewhere in the administrative building, the third Hokage, alerted by the catastrophic chakra surge moments ago, was sprinting toward the disturbance with the full Anbu squad. Right, Goku said, turning back to Naruto. So, you want to explain what's happening? Because I was just training on King Kai's planet, and then there was this weird pull, and now I'm... He looked down at himself. At the glowing chains connecting him to the blonde kid, at the way chakra moved through his body alongside ki, 2 energies that should never exist in the same space somehow coexisting. I'm actually not sure what I am now. I don't know. Naruto's voice cracked. Tears threatened at the corners of his eyes. Mizuki said the scroll had a jutsu that would make everyone accept me, and then Iruka-sensei got hurt, and the scroll started glowing, and I didn't mean to, I never meant to. Hey! Goku's hand landed on Naruto's shoulder. Warm. Solid. Real. It's okay. Accidents happen. I once accidentally destroyed my grandpa's house when I turned into a giant ape. Also, there was this time on Namek when I kinda exploded a planet. Well, technically that was Frieza, but I helped. Point is, we'll figure this out. Grandpa? Giant ape? Planet? Naruto's brain struggled to process anything. Long story? I'll tell you later. Right now, we should probably help your teacher. He's losing blood pretty fast. Iruka had propped himself against a tree, one hand pressed to his wounded shoulder. His face had gone pale. Shock settling in, but his eyes never left the strange man in orange who'd appeared from nowhere and casually defeated a Chunin with a forehead flick. Who? Iruka coughed. Tasted copper. Who are you really? I told you. I'm Goku. He moved to Iruka's side, examining the wounds with surprising medical competency. These aren't too bad. I've had worse. Lots worse. This one time, Vegeta put a hole clean through my shoulder. And then there was the heart virus. And when Raditz broke my ribs. And he paused. Actually, I've been hurt a lot. Probably shouldn't be as casual about it as I am. This is insane, Irika whispered. Summoning contracts don't work like this. You can't just pull someone from another dimension. That's not how. The forest exploded with ANBU. They materialized from shadows and branches and thin air itself. 12 operatives. Cat masks, dog masks, bird masks hiding elite faces. Weapons drawn. Killing intent radiating like heat. Step away from the academy instructor. The cat-masked captain's voice cut like January wind. Unknown entity, identify yourself immediately or... Goku waved cheerfully. Hi. I'm Goku. This is all a big misunderstanding, but the Nine-Tails container is in possession of the Forbidden Scroll. Another ANBU, this one in a wolf mask. Sealing teams, prepare to. Nobody's sealing anything, Goku said, and something in his voice made every ANBU operative freeze. Not a threat. Not even anger. Just absolute certainty. The kind of tone that came from someone who'd faced down cosmic tyrants and won. That kid didn't do anything wrong. He was tricked. The real criminal's over there, unconscious in that crater. You should probably arrest him. You expect us to believe, reality pressed. Goku didn't move. Didn't power up. Didn't do anything except exist a little more intensely. But the air thickened. Gravity seemed to triple. Every NBU operative felt their knees buckle, felt their heartbeats synchronize, felt the undeniable presence of something so far beyond them that comparison became meaningless. Not malice, just power. Power that could crack continents, shatter planets, reshape universes. And it was looking at them with mild annoyance. I'm trying to be polite, Goku said softly. But it's been a really weird day, and I'm not entirely sure what's happening to my body right now, and I'd really appreciate it if everyone could just calm down. Please? The ANBU captain's hand trembled on his sword hilt. Training screamed at him to attack. Instinct screamed louder to run. Stand down. The third Hokage's voice cut through tension like sunrise through darkness. He emerged from the tree-line, white robes pristine despite the sprint through the forest. Age lined his face, but his eyes burned with the wisdom of decades. Everyone, stand down immediately. Hokage-sama, the security risk, is mine to evaluate. Hiruzen Sarutobi stepped fully into the clearing. Studied the scene. The damaged scroll. The unconscious Mizuki. The wounded Irika. The terrified Naruto. And the stranger in orange, who radiated more power than any bijou the Hokage had ever sensed, yet held it with the casual ease of someone carrying groceries. You, Hiruzen said directly to Goku. You're not from our world. Nope. Goku's smile returned. Though I'm getting that impression, yeah? Everything feels different here. The energy, the gravity, even the air tastes wrong. No offense, none taken. The Hokage's mind raced. Processed. Calculated. And you're bound to Naruto now. Through the summoning contract, apparently. These chains are pretty sturdy. Goku tugged experimentally at the ethereal bindings. They flexed but didn't break. Weird thing is, I can feel the kid's emotions. His fear. His confusion. Goku's expression softened. His loneliness. Wow. That's a lot of loneliness for someone so young. Naruto flinched. Turned away. Hiruzen's jaw tightened. Guilt, which he'd carried for 12 years, pressed harder. The situation is complicated. Situations usually are. Goku scratched his head. So what happens now? I'm obviously not going to hurt anyone. I just want to figure out how to get home. I've got friends waiting. A family. My son Gohan's probably worried sick. And Chi-Chi's going to kill me for missing dinner. Again. You have a family? Naruto's head snapped up. But you're a summon now. What did Irika-sensei call it? A chakra beast. I'm really not a beast. Goku laughed. I mean, technically I'm a Saiyan, which is an alien warrior race, but that's different. We just look human. Mostly. Except for the tail, but mine got cut off years ago, and the Super Saiyan transformations changed your hair color, but alien? The Hokage's pipe nearly fell from his lips. Warrior race? Super, what? It's complicated. Everything about tonight is complicated. Hiruzen gestured to his ANBU. Secure Mizuki. Medical team, tend to Irika immediately. Everyone else, establish a perimeter. Nobody discusses what happened here until I give clearance. Is that understood? Hi, Hokage-sama. The operatives scattered to their tasks. Hiruzen approached Naruto slowly. Gently. The way one approaches a wounded animal. Naruto. I need you to give me the scroll. I didn't mean to, I know. The Hokage's voice carried warmth that made Naruto's chest hurt. I know you were tricked. That Mizuki lied to you. That you only wanted acceptance. His ancient hand rested on the boy's head. What happened here tonight wasn't your fault. But I summoned him. Naruto gestured at Goku. I broke the scroll and ripped a hole in space and saved my life. Irika interrupted from where medical ANBU worked on his shoulder. His voice was weak but steady. If you hadn't acted, Mizuki would have killed me and escaped with the scroll. Whatever happened, Naruto, you protected something precious. He's right, Goku added. From what I can tell, you didn't mean for any of this. You were just trying to help. That counts for a lot. Naruto's vision blurred. Tears fell. Not from fear anymore. From something else. Something warm and unfamiliar and good. Thank you, he whispered. The walk back to the village took 30 minutes. Irika was carried on a stretcher. Mizuki was sealed and bound. Naruto walked in the center of a protective formation of ANBU, but they weren't guarding against him anymore. They were guarding for him, and Goku walked beside Naruto, hands behind his head, whistling a tune from his world that nobody here would ever recognize. The chains between them had faded to near invisibility. Still present. Still binding. But comfortable now. Like wearing a familiar jacket. So, Goku said casually, want to tell me about this whole Ninetales thing? Because I couldn't help but notice there's something really big and angry inside you. Does that happen a lot here? Do people normally have giant fox spirits sealed in their guts? Naruto stumbled. Several ANBU hands steadied him. How did you? I can sense energy. It's kind of my thing. Goku tapped his temple. And that fox? Wow. That's some serious power. Makes Frisia's energy signature look small, and he destroyed planets for fun. The Ninetales destroyed half our village, one of the ANBU said quietly. Wolf mask. Voice tight with remembered trauma. Killed hundreds. Including our fourth Hokage. Sounds rough. Goku's tone held genuine sympathy. But it's not this kid's fault, right? He's just a container. I knew someone like that once. Kinda. Different situation, but similar idea. It's not that simple, the Hokage said from ahead. The villagers lost loved ones. Fear and pain drive harsh judgments. Then the villagers are wrong. Goku said it simply. Absolutely. With the conviction of someone who'd faced down gods and refused to compromise his principles. This kid didn't choose to have that fox inside him. He's not responsible for what it did. And treating him like a monster? That's just going to make him a monster. Or break him. Neither's good. You understand quickly for an outsider. I'm a pretty quick learner. Goku grinned. Plus, I've got good instincts about people. This kid? He ruffled Naruto's hair. He's going to be someone special. I can tell. Naruto's breath hitched. Really? Absolutely. You've got that same look Gohan used to have. That determination. That refusal to give up even when everything's terrible. People like that always become amazing. They reached Konoha's gates. Dawn was breaking. Pink and gold lights spilled over the village walls, painting everything in soft colors. The gate guards stared in shock at the procession, at the Hokage personally escorting Naruto, at the legendary Forbidden Scroll recovered, at the strange man in orange who made their instincts scream danger and safety simultaneously. We'll convene an emergency council meeting, Hiruzen said, his voice heavy with exhaustion. There's much to discuss. The damage to the scroll. The dimensional breach. The binding between Naruto and... He gestured at Goku. Still just Goku. The Saiyan smiled. Titles make me uncomfortable. I mean, technically I'm a Super Saiyan, but that's more of a transformation than a name, and... A figure materialized beside the Hokage. Tall. Masked. Single Sharingan eye visible. Silver hair defying physics. Hokage-sama. Kakashi Hataki's lazy drawl somehow conveyed urgency. The ANBU reports. The chakra signature during the incident. I need to, he stopped. Stared at Goku. His visible eye widened fractionally. What in the name of the six paths is that? I'm Goku. We've been over this. That's not a human chakra signature. Well, no. I'm a Saiyan. That's not a chakra signature at all. Also true. It's key. Different energy system. Though it seems to be mixing with this chakra stuff now, which is weird but not the weirdest thing that's happened to me. Goku tilted his head. You're strong. Not as strong as some people I know, but definitely strong. Want to spar sometime? Kakashi's brain stalled. Rebooted. Stalled again. Did he just casually ask me to spar? He does that, the Hokage said dryly. Apparently it's a cultural thing. I like fighting, Goku explained cheerfully. Not to hurt people. Just to test myself. Get stronger. Push my limits. It's fun. Fun. Kakashi repeated the word like it was foreign. Right. Fun. The village was waking up. Civilians emerging from morning routines. Shinobi heading to training grounds. Merchants opening shops. Normal life resuming after a normal night. Except nothing about tonight had been normal, and everyone who saw the Hokage's procession stopped. Stared. Whispered. Because walking in the center, surrounded by ANBU, was Naruto Uzumaki. The demon container. The village pariah, and he was smiling. The emergency council meeting erupted before Hiruzen even finished explaining. Impossible. Dimensional breach? The scroll is priceless. That creature must be sealed immediately. The Nine-Tails container cannot be trusted with. Hiruzen slammed his staff against the floor. The sound echoed like thunder. Silence. The counselors fell quiet. But fear and anger radiated from them in waves. Danzo Shimura leaned forward from his corner seat, single visible eye gleaming. Hokage-sama. With all due respect. This entity represents an unprecedented security risk. We know nothing about it. Nothing about its capabilities or intentions. It should be sealed until proper study can be conducted. He's not in it, Naruto said from where he stood beside Goku. His name is Goku. The container does not have permission to speak in council. Then I give him permission, the Hokage snapped. Naruto acted to protect the village. To save his teacher. His actions tonight were heroic, not criminal. He stole the forbidden scroll, because I was tricked. Naruto's hands balled into fists. Mizuki told me it would help me become a ninja. He said. Mizuki's betrayal is noted, Hiruzen interrupted gently. And will be dealt with appropriately. But that's not what we're discussing, indeed. Danzo's tone dripped false reasonableness. We're discussing the alien entity that has been bound to our Nine-Tails Jinchuriki. An entity that, by all accounts, possesses power exceeding any bijou. An entity that could be weaponized. Controlled. Used. Goku, who'd been quietly watching the proceedings, finally spoke. Nobody's using me for anything. Every head turned. I'm not a weapon, Goku continued calmly. I'm not a tool. I'm a person. And yeah, I'm stuck here right now, bound to this kid through some kind of contract I don't fully understand. But that doesn't make me anyone's property. You have no rights here, one counselor spat. No legal standing. You're not even human. I'm human where it counts. Goku tapped his chest. In here. And I know right from wrong. I know treating people, treating anyone, as objects is wrong. My friend Piccolo taught me that. So did Vegeta, eventually. Your friends are irrelevant. My friends are everything. For the first time, Goku's voice hardened. And if I were the kind of person who'd let himself be turned into a weapon, I'd have sided with Frieza. Or Cell. Or any of the other people who wanted to use me. But I didn't. I fought them. Beat them. Protected my world from them. Your world is not our concern. Maybe it should be. Goku met each counselor's eyes in turn. Because right now, I'm part of your world. Bound to one of your people. Living in your village. And I'm choosing to be helpful. To be cooperative. To work with you instead of against you. But if you try to seal me, or hurt Naruto, or treat either of us like prisoners. He didn't finish the sentence. Didn't need to. The pressure in the room built. Built until breathing felt like swimming through honey, then released. I'd rather we were friends, Goku said cheerfully. Friends is better. Danzo's eye narrowed. You threaten the leaf? I'm promising protection if you'll accept it. Goku's smile never wavered. Big difference. The Hokage studied Goku for a long moment. Read truth in every line of his body. Recognized something fundamental. This was not an enemy. This was an opportunity. The council is dismissed, Hiruzen said suddenly. We will reconvene in 3 days. Until then, Goku will be housed as a guest of the village. He will be monitored, yes, but treated with respect. And Naruto. The old man's expression softened. Naruto will receive the recognition he deserves. Effective immediately. I'm promoting him to genin. What? Naruto's jaw dropped. But I failed the exam. I didn't. You protected a superior officer, recovered stolen property, and demonstrated a summoning technique that, while unintended, shows remarkable chakra control and power. Hiruzen pulled out a forehead protector, placed it in Naruto's trembling hands. Welcome to the shinobi ranks, Naruto Uzumaki. Tears fell freely now. Naruto clutched the forehead protector like it was made of pure gold. Like it was the most precious thing in the world. Because it was. Thank you, he whispered. Thank you. Don't thank me. You earned it. Hiruzen turned to the council. Now get out. All of you. I need to speak with our guests privately. The councilors filed out reluctantly. Danzo lingered longest. I locked on Goku with calculation that made skin crawl. Then he too departed. Silence fell. That was intense, Goku observed. Are all your meetings like that? Unfortunately, yes. Hiruzen sank into his chair. Suddenly looked every one of his 69 years. Goku. I need to ask you something honestly. What are your intentions? To get home. Simple. Direct. To see my family. To continue training. To live my life. And if you can't get home? Goku was quiet for a moment. Considering. Then I'll make a new life here. Help where I can. Protect people who need it. Maybe find new training partners. He glanced at Naruto. Make sure this kid grows up right. You barely know him. I know enough. Goku's expression turned serious. I know what loneliness does to people. What being treated like a monster can do. I've seen it. Fought against it. Sometimes fought alongside it. He met the Hokage's eyes. Naruto deserves better. And if I'm stuck here, if I'm bound to him through this contract, then I'm going to make sure he gets better. That's quite a commitment from someone who was forcibly summoned. Forced or not, it's real now. Goku shrugged. Might as well make the best of it. That's what my grandpa would have said. Make the best of things. Help people. Eat well. Train hard. Pretty good life philosophy if you asked me. Hiruzen found himself smiling. You're an unusual man, Goku. I get that a lot. There will be challenges. The village council. The other nations. When word spreads of what happened tonight, of what you are, there will be those who seek to control you. To use you. To destroy you if they can't. Let them try. Goku cracked his knuckles. Been dealing with that my whole life. It'll be fine. Your optimism is refreshing. Terrifying, but refreshing. Thanks. I think. The Hokage pulled out his pipe. Lit it. Took a long draw. For what it's worth, Goku. I'm glad you're here. I think, perhaps, you're exactly what this village needs. What's that? A reminder. Hiruzen exhaled smoke toward the ceiling. A reminder that power without compassion is meaningless. That strength can be gentle. That the strongest warriors are often the kindest souls. Goku grinned. You'd like my friends. I suspect I would. A knock interrupted. An ANBU entered bowed. Hokage-sama. Living arrangements are prepared. We've set up housing in the... Naruto's apartment has a spare room, the Hokage interrupted. Goku will stay there. They're already bound. Might as well make it convenient. Hokage-sama, the security implications are my concern. Dismissed. The ANBU vanished. Naruto looked up at Goku with something approaching awe. You're going to live with me? Looks like it. Goku stretched, joints popping. Fair warning, I eat a lot. Like, a lot. We're talking multiple servings per meal. Might want to stock up on food. I mostly eat ramen. Ramen's great. Had it a few times on Earth. Though Chi-Chi always said I needed more vegetables. She's probably right. She usually is. They walked toward the exit together. Man and boy. Alien and Jinchuriki. Bound by accident. United by circumstance. And behind them, Hiruzen Sarutobi watched, and wondered if history would remember this night as the beginning of something wonderful, or something catastrophic. Perhaps both. The first rays of dawn spilled through his office window, painting everything in gold. A new day, a new beginning. And in the distance, in a sealed chamber deep beneath the Hokage Tower, the forbidden scroll continued to burn with energy that physics couldn't explain and jutsu couldn't replicate. The summoning was complete, but its consequences? Those were only just beginning. The apartment smelled like old ramen and forgotten dreams. Goku stood in the doorway, taking it in. One room. Maybe 12 feet square. Futon crumpled in the corner. Sink piled with cups. Expired milk carton judging him from the counter. The walls bore water stains shaped like continents nobody would ever visit. Sorry about the mess, Naruto mumbled, kicking aside a pile of unwashed clothes. I don't usually have guests. Don't worry about it. Goku stepped inside. The floorboards creaked under his weight. You should have seen my house after Gohan was born. Chi-Chi had to threaten me with the frying pan just to get me to pick up my GI. Actually, she still does that. Your wife hits you with a frying pan? Only when I deserve it. Goku's grin split his face. Which is pretty often, honestly. Naruto couldn't tell if he was joking. The Saiyan warrior moved through the cramped space, examining everything with genuine curiosity. Touched the walls. Tested the futon. Opened the tiny fridge and immediately regretted it. Kid, we need to go shopping. This milk's got civilization growing in it. It's not that bad. Goku held up the carton. Something inside moved. Something with tentacles. Okay, it's that bad. Morning hit Konoha like a hammer. Words spread faster than fire through dry grass. The demon container promoted to genin. The forbidden scroll recovered. A thing summoned from beyond reality itself, now living in the village, walking among them, existing where nothing that powerful should exist. Panic rippled through the civilian population. The shinobi were more measured, more calculating. But fear smelled the same regardless of training. In the academy, teachers whispered. In the market, merchants refused Naruto's business, more aggressively than usual. In the Hokage Tower, ANBU operatives filed reports that Hiruzen read with mounting headaches. And in Rude headquarters, hidden beneath the earth where light feared to tread, Danzo Shimura smiled. Continue observation, he commanded the masked operative kneeling before him. I want eyes on the entity at all times. Record everything. Movement patterns. Energy fluctuations. Weaknesses. Hi, Danzo-sama. And prepare containment protocols. If we cannot control it through diplomacy. His smile widened. We'll find other methods. Training Ground 7. Goku stretched in the early morning sun, working through forms older than continents. Each movement flowed into the next. Water becoming fire, becoming earth, becoming air. Master Rashi's teachings mixed with King Kai's wisdom mixed with his own innovations forged through 10,000 battles. Chakra twisted through his system alongside Ki. It felt wrong, not painful, not damaging, just fundamentally incorrect. Like trying to write with your offhand or walk backward uphill. Two energy systems occupying the same space, pressing against each other, refusing to fully integrate. This is going to be a problem, he muttered. Talking to yourself? Naruto emerged from the tree line, new forehead protector gleaming. Pride radiated off him in waves. That's the first sign of crazy, you know. Then I've been crazy for years. Goku pivoted into a stance. Feet shoulder width. Hands loose. Center of gravity dropped. Want to train? Train? Naruto's eyes lit up. Really? You'll teach me stuff? Sure. Nothing else to do until we figure out this whole stuck in another dimension thing. Goku beckoned. Come on. Show me what you've got. Naruto didn't need to be told twice. He charged forward, All enthusiasm, zero technique. Fist cocked back. Trajectory obvious. Footwork non-existent. Goku sidestepped casually. Naruto's punch hit air. Momentum carried him forward. He stumbled. Caught himself. Spun around for another attempt. Same result. Third time. Fourth. Fifth. On the sixth attempt, Goku caught Naruto's fist mid-swing. Gentle. Firm. Complete. You're fast, Goku observed. But sloppy. No form. No strategy. Just charging and hoping speed beats skill. It usually works. Naruto yanked his hand free. Against who? Academy students? Goku shook his head. Real fighters will eat you alive. Here, he adjusted Naruto's stance, pushing his feet wider, lowering his center. Feel that? More stable, harder to knock down. Now throw the punch again. Naruto did. Goku caught it just as easily. But, stance is only step one. Goku released him. Watch. He moved. Not fast. Not slow. Just efficient. Each strike placed perfectly. Each step economical. No wasted motion. No unnecessary flourishes. Pure martial perfection distilled into something that looked almost lazy. Fighting's not about being the fastest or the strongest, Goku explained, flowing through combinations. It's about reading your opponent. Predicting them, being where they aren't, and hitting where they can't defend. Vegeta taught me that. Well, technically he was trying to kill me at the time, but the lesson still applies. Who's Vegeta? My rival. Also my best friend. It's complicated. Goku stopped mid-form. Point is, you've got raw power. I can feel it. Lots of it, especially with that fox inside you. But power without control is just noise. The fox. Naruto's expression darkened. Everyone hates me because of it. Then prove them wrong. Simple. Direct. Absolute. Show them you're more than what they think. More than what they fear. That's what I did with Piccolo. With Vegeta. Even with Frieza, sort of, though that didn't work out as well. You keep mentioning people I don't know. Yeah, sorry. I'll explain everything eventually. Right now, Goku dropped into stance again. Less talking. More training. Come at me. For real this time. No holding back. Naruto grinned, charged, and got absolutely demolished. They'd been sparring for 20 minutes when the ANBU arrived. 3 of them. Cat, dog, bird. Perched in trees surrounding the training ground. Watching. Recording. Analyzing every movement, every technique, every impossible thing Goku did that made their understanding of combat look like child's drawings. He's toying with the boy, Cat murmured into her calm, holding back at least 99% of his power. 99%? Bird's voice crackled back. That's speculation. Look at him. Really look. Cat's Sharingan whirled behind her mask. His chakra signature, if you can call it that, doesn't fluctuate. Doesn't spike. Doesn't change. He's exerting the same minimal effort to block a full power punch as he does to breathe. This isn't training. It's an adult entertaining a toddler. In the clearing below, Naruto launched another assault. Shadow Clone Jutsu. His one reliable technique. 5 copies materialized. All charged simultaneously from different angles. Goku closed his eyes. Moved. 1 tap to each clone's forehead. Gentle pressure. Perfect placement. They burst into smoke before realizing they'd been touched. The real Naruto came from behind. Classic misdirection. Kunai aimed at Goku's back. Rookie mistake. Goku spun. Caught the blade between 2 fingers. Plucked it from Naruto's grip. Booped his nose with the handle. Better, he said cheerfully. The clones were a good distraction. But you committed too early. Gave away which one was real by attacking last. How did you even? Your eyes were closed. Ki sensing? Goku tapped his temple. I can feel energy. Yours has a signature. The clones are just chakra, but you're alive. Big difference. That's cheating. That's survival. Goku tossed the kunai back. In a real fight, people don't play fair. They use every advantage. Every trick. Piccolo literally held me down while his brother tried to kill me. And that was before we became friends. Your friendships sound really violent. They are. Goku's grin widened. It's great. Hokage Tower, midday. Kakashi read the ANB reports with his visible eye. Didn't like what he saw. He's not tiring, he said to Hiruzen. 3 hours of continuous sparring. No water breaks. No rest. And according to Cat's analysis, his energy reserves haven't diminished at all. And Naruto? Completely exhausted. But learning faster than should be possible. Kakashi flipped through pages. His form's improving exponentially. One session with this Goku person has corrected mistakes years of academy training couldn't fix. Hiruzen puffed his pipe. Smoke curled toward the ceiling. Thoughts? Honestly? Kakashi set down the reports. I'm terrified. This entity, Goku, operates on completely different physical laws. My Sharingan can't track him properly. He moves between positions without traveling the distance. It's like he skips frames of reality. Instant transmission, he called it, which should be impossible. Even the Hiraishin requires seals. Markers. This is just... Kakashi made a frustrated gesture. It's just space folding. Pure technique with no jutsu structure. Yet he's teaching Naruto basic taijutsu. Not these advanced techniques. Why? Foundation. The answer came from the doorway. Both men turned. Mike Guy stood there, green jumpsuit immaculate. Sweat glistened on his brow. He'd been training, obviously. But his expression was uncharacteristically serious. I watched them this morning, Guy continued. From a distance. And Kakashi's right. This Goku is terrifying. But he's also a true martial artist. He understands that power without foundation is meaningless. He's teaching Naruto the right way. You approve? Hiruzen's eyebrows rose. I respect it. Guy stepped fully into the office. We should be thanking whatever cosmic accident brought him here. That boy has potential drowning under terrible habits. Goku's fixing them, or grooming the Nine-Tails Jinchuriki into a weapon, Kakashi countered. You don't believe that? No. Kakashi sighed. I don't. But the council will. The council, Hiruzen said heavily, is going to be a problem. The problem materialized at sunset. Goku and Naruto were walking back from training. The kid could barely stand, muscles screaming, but happiness radiated off him like heat, when the civilians blocked their path. 20 of them. Maybe 30. Farmers. Merchants. Shopkeepers. Ordinary people with ordinary fears and extraordinary hatred. That's far enough, demon. The shout came from a man clutching a rake. His hands shook. His eyes burned with something worse than anger. Grief. Loss. Old wounds torn open. Naruto stopped. Stiffened. Goku felt the change through their bond. Fear. Resignation. The emotional muscle memory of someone used to this. We heard you got promoted, another civilian spat. Heard the Hokage rewarded you for stealing. For summoning that. A finger jabbed toward Goku. Another monster to match the one inside you. I'm not a monster, Naruto said quietly. Too quietly. Your parents would be ashamed. That landed like a physical blow. Naruto flinched. Drew into himself, and Goku's patience evaporated. Alright, that's enough. His voice didn't rise. Didn't need to. It simply became the only sound that mattered. I don't know who this kid's parents were, but I guarantee they'd be proud of him. He's brave, determined. Works harder than anyone I've met in 2 days here. So whatever issues you've got, take them somewhere else. You don't belong here. Neither does the demon. Both of you should. Killing intent crashed over the mob like a tsunami. Not Goku's. He stood calm. Relaxed. Almost bored. But around him, the air itself screamed. Chakra materialized visible to normal eyes. Gold and blue, swirling, pressing down with weight that made knees buckle and spines curve. The temperature dropped. Rose. Dropped again. Reality flickered at the edges. And Goku's eyes, normally warm and friendly and kind, now held something else. Disappointment. I've fought tyrants who destroyed planets, he said conversationally. Emperors who genocided entire species. Monsters who ate civilizations for breakfast. You know what they all had in common? Silence. Even breathing felt dangerous. They blamed their victims for existing. Goku's gaze swept the crowd. Called them weak. Called them wrong. Called them threats that needed eliminating. And you know what I did to those people? His hand moved. Casual. Lazy. Pointed at empty air above their heads. See that? They looked up. Saw nothing. That's a ki blast, Goku explained. About 1% of my full power. If I let it go, it would vaporize this entire city block in less than a second. No survivors. No buildings. Just a crater and memories. Someone whimpered. But I'm not going to do that, Goku continued, lowering his hand. Know why? Because I'm not a monster. I don't hurt people for being scared or stupid or wrong. I protect them. Even from themselves. He stepped forward. The crowd scrambled backward. But here's the thing about protection. Goku's voice dropped to something quiet. Dangerous. I also protect people I care about. And I've decided I care about this kid. So if you threaten him again, if you call him a demon or hurt him or make him feel like he's less than human, the pressure intensified. Buildings groaned. Windows cracked. I will take it very personally. He released the energy. Everything snapped back to normal. Breathable air. Regular gravity. Reality resuming scheduled programming. Now go home, Goku said cheerfully. Make dinner. Hug your families. Be grateful you live in a village that has heroes like Naruto protecting it. The mob fled, scattered like startled birds. Disappeared into alleys and shops and anywhere that wasn't here. Wasn't near the thing wearing human skin that had just reminded them how fragile they were. Naruto stared at Goku. You didn't have to. Yes, I did. Goku's expression softened. Nobody gets to talk to you like that. Not while I'm around. But you barely know me. I know enough. Goku started walking again. Come on. Let's get food. Real food, not ramen. You need protein after training that hard. I can't afford my treat. Consider it payment for putting up with me sleeping on your floor. They walked in silence for a block. 2, 3. Then Naruto spoke. Why are you being nice to me? Goku considered. I had a grandpa once. Gohan. I named my son after him. He found me in the woods when I was a kid. Took me in. Raised me. Taught me martial arts and manners and how to be a good person. What happened to him? I killed him. Said simply. Without emotion. Statement of fact. Accidentally. Turned into a giant ape during a full moon and crushed him. Didn't remember it afterward, but it happened. Naruto's breath caught. Spent years not knowing, Goku continued. Years thinking he just disappeared. When I finally learned the truth, it almost broke me. But you know what I realized? What? He wouldn't want me to stop being who I am. Wouldn't want me to hate myself or give up or become bitter. He'd want me to keep training. Keep protecting people. Keep being kind. Goku glanced down at Naruto. You remind me of me. Before I knew. Before everything got complicated. And I figure if someone had been there for me back then, someone to just be nice without expecting anything back, things might have been easier. So you're just helping me because you're a good person? Is that weird, in my experience? Naruto's voice cracked. Yeah. Really weird. Then your experience sucks. Goku's hand landed on Naruto's shoulder. Warm. Solid. Real. Let's change it. It's Shiraka ramen evening. Tucci watched the strange man eat, and eat, and eat. 47 bowls. 48. 49. 50. Where does it all go? Ayam whispered to her father. He's not even slowing down. I don't know, Tucci whispered back. And I'm afraid to ask. Naruto, meanwhile, was on his third bowl. Perfectly normal appetite for a growing boy. Felt positively restrained next to the walking black hole beside him. This is really good. Goku slurped another mouthful. Different from Earth ramen, but good. More, what's the word, robust, hearty, Tucci offered weakly. The broth is, can I get 10 more bowls? Maybe 15. Actually, just keep them coming until I say stop. Ayam's eye twitched. The night wore on. Other customers came and went, staring at the mountain of empty bowls accumulating around Goku. Word spread, the demon container was eating with the summoned beast, the thing that had threatened civilians. The entity that made ANBU operatives file reports with trembling hands. But watching him now, watching him laugh and joke and compliment Tucci's cooking with genuine enthusiasm, it was hard to see him as dangerous. He seemed normal, weirdly, impossibly normal. So what's your plan? Naruto asked between bites. Just stay here forever? Hopefully not. Goku finished bowl 63. I need to find a way home. Back to my family, my friends, my world. But he paused, frowned slightly. Something's wrong with the connection. Connection? To my universe. Goku set down his chopsticks. First time all night. I can usually feel it. Feel Gohan, Chi-Chi, even Vegeta's angry energy signature. But now it's muffled, like trying to hear through a wall. The summoning contract, Naruto guessed. Maybe it's blocking you, maybe. Goku's frown deepened. Or maybe distance works differently between dimensions. Or maybe, he stopped. Shook his head. I'll figure it out. Always do, and until then, I make the best of things. Goku's smile returned. Train you? Explore this world. Try not to accidentally break anything important. You break things a lot? You have no idea. That night, Naruto's apartment, Goku couldn't sleep. Not from discomfort. He'd slept in worse places. Not from worry. He'd faced worse situations. Just from the strangeness of it all. Wrong stars through the window. Wrong energy in the air. Wrong everything. And the chakra. It moved through him constantly now, mixing with ki in ways that made his skin itch. Like wearing clothes that didn't quite fit. Functional but annoying. He needed to understand it. Master it. Make it work. But how? A presence stirred at the edge of his awareness. Massive. Ancient. Angry. Goku's eyes opened. He sat up from his futon. Naruto had insisted Goku take the actual bed, but Goku refused. Floor was fine. He'd slept on King Kai's planet for months, and focused inward. Followed the thread of connection between him and Naruto. Down through chakra pathways. Into depths that shouldn't exist inside a human body. Into the seal, the mindscape. Goku materialized in water, ankle deep. Stretching to infinity. Pipes overhead dripping condensation. Dim light filtering from nowhere and everywhere, and ahead bars, massive. Industrial. Sealed with paper covered in characters he couldn't read but understood anyway, and behind those bars, in darkness that smelled like malice and loneliness and rage accumulated over millennia, eyes opened, red as blood. Large as houses. Pupils slitted like a predator's. Well, rumbled a voice that made continents tremble. What have we here? Another human come to gawk at the prisoner? To mock the beast? 2. The Nine-Tails stopped. Stared. You're not human. Nope. Goku walked closer to the bars. Casual. Curious. Utterly unafraid. I'm a Saiyan. Name's Goku. You must be the fox everyone keeps mentioning. Kurama. The name emerged like thunder. And you're the creature that was summoned. The one bound to my container. That's me. Goku studied the massive bijou. You're pretty big. Bigger than Shinran. Not as big as Porunga, but still impressive. I don't know what those are. Dragons? Magic dragons that grant wishes. Long story? Goku tilted his head. So what's your deal? Why are you locked up in a kid? The Nine-Tails' eyes narrowed. You don't know? Nobody's told me much. Just that you attacked the village years ago. Killed a lot of people. Got sealed in Naruto. Goku shrugged. But I figure there's more to it. There usually is. There is always more. Kurama's tails swished behind the bars. 9 of them. Each large enough to crush buildings. I was controlled. Manipulated. Forced to attack against my will. And when the 4th Hokage sealed me, he split my power. Put half in the death god's belly and half in his infant son. His son? Goku's expression sharpened. Naruto's the 4th Hokage's kid, and the village treats him like the demon that killed his father. Ironic, isn't it? That's not ironic. That's just sad. Goku moved closer to the bars. Close enough to touch. But you're not evil. Bold assumption from someone who just met me, not an assumption. A read. Goku tapped his chest. I've fought evil. Real evil. The kind that enjoys suffering. That gets off on destruction. You're not that. You're just angry. Hurt. Lonely. The nine-tails snarled. Fangs like buildings gleamed in the dim light. You know nothing about. I know what loneliness looks like. Goku's voice softened. I know what it feels like to be treated as something dangerous. Something other. My brother showed up once and told me I was supposed to conquer planets. Kill entire populations. Be a monster. That's what Saiyans did. And I said no. Simple. Absolute. Because I'm not my genetics. I'm not my nature. I'm my choices. Just like you're not the attack. You're not the destruction. You're whatever you decide to be. Kurama stared. The massive fox couldn't quite process what it was hearing. Couldn't quite believe someone was talking to it like a person instead of a weapon. Why do you care? The words emerged smaller. Uncertain. Because Naruto cares about you. Maybe doesn't realize it yet, but I can feel it through our connection. You're part of him. And I've decided to care about him, which means I care about you too. Package deal. You're insane. That too. Goku grinned. So here's my offer. While I'm stuck in this world, while I'm bound to Naruto, how about we work together? You help him get stronger. I'll teach him control. Between the three of us, we'll make sure nobody can hurt him again. I am sealed. I can do nothing. Seals can be worked around. Adjusted. I've seen enough magic and energy manipulation to know that. Goku extended his hand toward the bars. What do you say? Partners? The Ninetales stared at the offered hand, at this impossible creature from another dimension who just walked into its prison and offered friendship. You're going to get yourself killed, probably. Goku's smile never wavered. But I'll have fun doing it, against all odds. Against all reason. Against thousands of years of hatred and isolation and pain. Kurama laughed. Deep. Genuine. The sound of rusty machinery remembering how to move. Very well, Saiyan. I accept your insane offer. One massive claw extended through the bars. Carefully. Gently. Touched Goku's comparatively tiny hand. But when this ends in disaster, remember I warned you. Deal. Their energies touched. Mixed. Synchronized. And far away, in the physical world, Naruto jerked awake in his bed. Felt something fundamental shift inside him. Felt the constant pressure of Kurama's hatred. Lessen. Not disappear. Just become less suffocating. He touched his stomach where the CO rested. What did you do? He whispered into darkness. But Goku just kept sleeping, smile on his face, having just made friends with a demon in under 10 minutes. Because that's what he did. That's what he'd always done. Dawn, Training Ground 7. Kakashi arrived early for his team evaluation. Perfectly prepared for his adorable little students. His carefully calibrated test. He stopped, blinked. Goku was already there. But not alone. 6 people surrounded him. Jonin-level fighters every one. Guy. Kurenai. Asuma. 3 ANBU operatives who dropped pretense of stealth. They were attacking him simultaneously, and Goku was laughing. Come on! Is that really all you've got? He weaved between Kurenai's genjutsu, deflected Asuma's chakra blades, caught Guy's dynamic entry with one finger. I fought 12-year-olds on Namek with better coordination. He's toying with us, Asuma panted, sweat pouring down his face. They'd been at this for 20 minutes. Might as well have been attacking a mountain. Observation skills. Goku praised. Very good. Now try, he flickered. Appeared behind all 6 simultaneously. Poked their backs. Thinking 3-dimensionally, they whirled around. 6 killing intents focused on one target. Goku's grin widened. That's better. Again, they attacked. Again. 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 Each time getting closer but never quite landing hits. Each time learning. Adapting. Growing. And Goku encouraged every attempt. praised every improvement. Offered advice between exchanges like this was friendly sparring instead of elite ninja trying to assess a cosmic threat. Your village has good fighters, Goku said during a brief pause. Not the strongest I've faced, but definitely skilled. That taijutsu style, he nodded to Guy. It's impressive. Reminds me of Master Rashi's teachings. And your illusion techniques, to Kurenai. Those would have worked on me a year ago. Maybe. Probably not, but maybe. You're not taking this seriously, Kurenai said through gritted teeth. I'm taking it very seriously. Goku's expression showed genuine confusion. This is great training. You're all pushing yourselves, learning your limits, getting stronger. What's not to take seriously? He thinks this is training, 1A and B whispered. Not a threat assessment. Not a test. Training. Is he wrong? Guy wiped sweat from his brow. His eyes gleamed with something like respect. I've learned more about my own weaknesses in 20 minutes than I have in 20 missions. That's the spirit. Goku dropped into stance again. One more round? I'll even let you coordinate beforehand this time. They coordinated. They planned. They synchronized perfectly. And 30 seconds later, all 6 sat on the ground, completely exhausted, while Goku did one-arm push-ups and barely breathed hard. You're all getting better, he said encouragingly between reps. Few more sessions and you might actually make me work for it. That'd be fun. Kakashi decided this was a good time to announce his presence. Having fun? Kakashi! Goku hopped to his feet. Great timing. Want to spar? I've been wanting to test that eye of yours. Does it really copy techniques? The Sharingan copies jutsu, yes. But your techniques don't seem to operate on chakra. They don't. They're ki-based. Completely different energy system. Goku's eyes lit up. Oh. That's interesting. I wonder if your eye can even perceive ki? That'd be a fascinating experiment, perhaps another time. I have Genin to evaluate today. Genin? Goku's head tilted. Those are the rookie ninja, right? Correct. And one of them happens to be your roommate. Naruto's on your team? Goku's grin could have split his face. That's great. He's been excited about this all week. Don't go too hard on him though. We've been training, but he's still building foundation. I'll keep that in mind. Team 7 assembly. Naruto showed up late. Sweaty. Exhausted from morning training with Goku before dawn. But his eyes burned with determination. Sakura was already there, sitting next to Sasuke, trying to get his attention. Failing, as usual. Sasuke brooded in the corner, arms crossed, radiating calculated aloofness that fooled nobody but himself. And Kakashi sat reading his orange book, completely ignoring them all. Sorry I'm late. Naruto panted. I was training with the entity? Kakashi didn't look up from his book. Yes, I know. Watched the whole thing. Impressive dedication. You watched? Half the village watched. That energy signature isn't exactly subtle. Kakashi finally lowered his book. But we'll discuss that later. First, introductions. Name, likes, dislikes, dreams for the future. You first, Pinky. Sakura bristled at the nickname but complied. Standard introduction. Likes, Sasuke. Dislikes, Naruto and Ino. Dreams, Sasuke. Kakashi died a little inside. Sasuke went next. Minimal words. Maximum brooding. Likes, training. Dislikes, lot of things. Dreams, killing a certain someone. Kakashi died more. Then Naruto. I'm Naruto Uzumaki. I like ramen and training with Goku. I dislike the 3 minutes waiting for ramen to cook. And my dream is to become Hokage and make everyone acknowledge me. He paused. Also, to help Goku get home. Because that's what friends do. Kakashi studied the boy. Saw changes already? Better posture. More confidence. Less of the desperate need for attention that had defined him in the academy. 2 days with the entity, with Goku, had accomplished what years of schooling couldn't. Alright. Tomorrow we have a survival exercise. Meet at Training Ground 7 at dawn. Don't eat breakfast, you'll just throw up. What kind of exercise? Sakura asked. The kind where you prove you deserve to be ninja. Kakashi's visible eye crinkled. Fair warning, The failure rate is 66%. Most of you will end up back in the academy. That's not going to happen, Naruto said with absolute certainty. We've got this. Confidence from the dead last? Sasuke sneered. Don't make me laugh. I'm not the dead last anymore. Naruto met Sasuke's eyes. Didn't flinch. Didn't back down. I'm someone who trains with the strongest person in this village. Possibly this world. And he says I've got potential. So yeah? We've got this. Sasuke's Sharingan flickered, not yet awakened, but close. Jealousy and anger mixed behind his eyes. Kakashi saw it. Noted it. Filed it away for later concern. We'll see. Dismissed. That evening, apartment rooftop. Goku sat cross-legged on the roof, watching the sun set over Konoha. Strange village. Strange world. Strange situation, but not entirely unpleasant. Naruto climbed up to join him. Brought tea. Terrible tea, but the thought counted. Thanks for training me, the boy said quietly. And for everything else. Standing up to those people. Being nice. Not treating me like a person? Goku sipped the terrible tea. Didn't complain. That's just baseline decency, kid. It's more than most people give me. Then most people are wrong. Simple. Absolute. They sat in comfortable silence. The village below came alive with lights. Dinner smells drifted up. Life continuing its eternal dance. Goku? Naruto's voice came small. What if I'm not strong enough? What if I fail tomorrow? Then you get back up and try again. Goku didn't even hesitate. Failure's just a step towards success. I've failed more times than most people try. Lost fights. Made mistakes. Got myself killed twice. Twice? Once against my brother. Once against Cell. Both times it worked out eventually. Goku shrugged. Point is, falling down doesn't matter. Staying down does. And you don't seem like someone who stays down. How do you know? Because you're still here. Still trying. Still smiling despite everything. Goku bumped Naruto's shoulder. That takes more strength than any punch I can throw. Naruto's eyes burned. Not with tears. With something fiercer. I won't let you down. You couldn't if you tried. Goku stood. Stretched. Now come on. We've got early training tomorrow before your test. Going to teach you something special. Special how? Special like nothing anyone in this village has seen before. Goku's grin turned mischievous. Time to introduce you to key control. Elsewhere, Root headquarters, Danzo watched the surveillance footage for the 7th time. Watched the entity, Goku, fight 6 elite shinobi simultaneously. Watched him hold back mountains of power. Watched him teach instead of destroy. He's too dangerous to leave unsealed, Danzo murmured. Too powerful to control through conventional means. Then what do you suggest, Danzo-sama? A Root operative knelt in shadows. We exploit the binding. The connection to the Ninetales container. Danzo's smile could have frozen blood. If we can't control the entity directly, we control what it cares about. The boy becomes leverage. The Hokage protects the Jinchuriki. The Hokage is old. Sentimental. Bound by ideals that make him weak. Danzo turned from the screens. We are not so constrained. Begin preparations. When the opportunity presents itself, we'll secure both assets. And if the entity resists, then we'll discover if even cosmic power can stand against a properly prepared kill box. The operative vanished. Danzo returned to the footage, watched. Planned. Calculated. And somewhere deep in his withered heart, war drums began to beat. Dawn broke bloody over Konoha. Not literally. Just metaphorically. The kind of red that promised pain and revelation in equal measure. The kind that made experienced jonin check their weapons twice and genin question their life choices. Training ground 7 sat empty. Waiting. 3 wooden posts stood like gravestones. 2 bells hung from Kakashi's hand, glinting promises of failure. He'd been waiting 3 hours. Standard procedure. Let them stew. Let them doubt. Let them. Kakashi-sensei. The copy ninja's visible eye widened fractionally. All 3 genins stood at the training ground entrance. Together. Coordinated. and Naruto was already vibrating with energy despite the ungodly hour. "You're early?" Goku said. "Punctuality matters." Naruto bounced on his heels. He said showing up late to a fight means you're already losing. Also, he said empty stomachs make you fight smarter because you're hungry and angry, and he told us to eat. Sasuke interrupted, arms crossed. Said the don't eat advice was probably a test. Kakashi's other eye would have widened too if it could. The entity briefed you on my test? He didn't know it was your test specifically. Sakura adjusted her kunai pouch. But he explained common shinobi evaluation methods. Said they usually involve misdirection and manufactured hardship. So we extrapolated 3 genin. Working together. Before the test even started. This was unprecedented. Well then. Kakashi pocketed his book. Shall we begin? 30 seconds later, Sasuke flew backward through a tree. Sakura hit dirt hard enough to taste copper. Naruto's shadow clone technique created 12 copies. Kakashi destroyed them in 3 seconds flat. Substitution jutsu. Kawarimi. Basic techniques executed with perfect timing. You're thinking, Kakashi observed, dodging a kunai barrage. But you're not coordinating. 3 individual fighters don't equal 1 team. We're trying. Naruto charged again. Predictable. Enthusiastic. Doomed. Kakashi caught his fist. Swept his legs. Drove him face first into mud. Trying isn't enough. But something was different. Naruto's stance, even face down in mud, remained solid. Foundation Goku had drilled into him. And when he rolled away from Kakashi's follow-up strike, the movement was economical, efficient. He's learning. Sasuke attacked from the left. Kunai in standard academy grip. Telegraphed. Except, the kunai was a feint. Fire jutsu erupted from Sasuke's mouth. Not powerful. Barely genin level. But unexpected, Kakashi substituted with a log. Appeared behind Sasuke. Prepared to deliver a lesson about overextension, Sakura's wire trap activated. Thin lines snapped taut around Kakashi's ankles. Not strong enough to hold him. But surprising. Creative. They're adapting. He broke free casually. But his assessment was evolving. These weren't standard genin. 2 days of external training had introduced concepts they shouldn't know yet. The fight continued. Kakashi dismantled them systematically. Each attack countered. Each strategy predicted. Each combination broken before completion. But they kept coming. Naruto's clones provided distraction. Sasuke's fire jutsu controlled space. Sakura's wire work limited movement options. Not effective yet. Not even close. But the potential. The timer rang. Time's up. All 3 collapsed. Breathing hard. Covered in mud and sweat and small humiliations. We failed, Sakura whispered. Actually, Kakashi held up the bells. Still attached to his belt. Untouched. You all pass. Silence. What? All 3 shouted simultaneously. The bells were never the point. Kakashi's visible eye crinkled. Teamwork was. Understanding that shinobi operate as units, not individuals. That protecting your comrades matters more than personal glory. He paused. You figured that out before the test even started. Everything else was just confirmation. Naruto's face split with realization. With joy. With, Goku was right. He said it'd be about teamwork. He said, the entity seems to understand shinobi culture better than most shinobi, Kakashi muttered. Concerning. But useful. So we're really ninja now? Sakura's voice trembled. You're really ninja. Congratulations. Report tomorrow for your first D-rank mission. Kakashi pulled out his book. Dismissed. They didn't move. Too shocked. Too happy. Too. Dismiss means go celebrate, idiots. They scattered like startled cats. Ichiraku ramen, noon, 73 bowls. Tuchi's voice cracked. His daughter was crying in the back. Not from sadness. From watching their monthly profit margin walk through the door in orange GI. Goku slurped happily. Compliments to the chef. This beef version's even better than yesterday's pork. We don't serve pork, Tuchi said weakly. I know. The substitution's great. Goku gestured with his chopsticks. Chi-Chi would love this place. She's always trying to get me to appreciate cooking technique instead of just shoveling food down. Not that I don't appreciate it. I just appreciate it while shoveling. Naruto sat beside him, forehead protector gleaming. Pride radiated off the kid like heat. His own bowl sat forgotten, too excited to eat. We passed. We actually passed. Kakashi-sensei said we worked together better than most teams work after months. Words tumbled out faster than thought. And Sasuke even complimented my clone work. Well, not really complimented, more like grunted acknowledgement, but that's basically a compliment from him. Told you teamwork matters. Goku ordered 5 more bowls. Tucci whimpered. Now comes the real training. Building on that foundation. Getting you actually strong instead of just enthusiastic. I'm already strong, you're already loud. Different thing. Goku ruffled Naruto's hair. But we'll fix that. Speaking of which, he pulled something from his GI. A small weighted band. Try this. What is it? Weighted training gear. Wear it during missions. During sleep. During everything. Your body adapts to the extra weight. Then when you take it off, Goku's grin widened. You're faster. Stronger. Better. Naruto examined the band. Looked light. Felt heavier than it should. How much does it weigh? Only about 20 pounds. We'll increase it gradually. I trained under 100 times Earth's gravity once. Regular weighted clothing's barely even. He stopped mid-sentence. Head snapped toward the village gates. Expression shifted from cheerful to focused in a heartbeat. Goku? Naruto felt the change through their bond. What's wrong? Someone's coming. Goku stood slowly. Someone powerful. Really powerful. Not as strong as me, but... His eyes narrowed. Dangerous. How can you tell? Ki sensing? Their energy signature just entered range. Goku dropped coins on the counter. Way too much. But Tucci wasn't complaining anymore. Come on. We should probably greet whoever this is. They left Ichiraku at a jog. Arrived at the village gates just as the messenger did. Except it wasn't a messenger. The woman who punched mountains. She stood 6 feet tall in heeled sandals. Blonde hair pulled back in twin tails. Green coat that did nothing to hide devastating curves. And eyes, brown eyes that had seen too much death and decided to punch it in the face. Tsunade Senju, legendary Sannin. Princess of the Leaf. Living proof that medical training and superhuman strength made a terrifying combination. And she was drunk. This place still looks like shit, she announced to nobody in particular. Her words slurred slightly. Bottle dangled from one hand. 20 years and they haven't even fixed the... She stopped. Stared at Goku. Goku stared back. Silence stretched. Compressed. Became something physical. What? Tsunade said slowly. The fuck is that? I'm Goku. That doesn't answer my question. Sure it does. I'm Goku. That's what I am. Tsunade's eye twitched. Turned to Jiraiya, who'd been following at a respectful distance, taking notes, pretending he wasn't staring at her chest. You. Pervert. Explain. Dimensional summons gone wrong. Jiraiya's usual levity was absent. Naruto accidentally pulled him from another universe 2 days ago. He's been cooperative. Cooperative. Tsunade tasted the word. That thing's chakra signature makes the Nine Tails look like a house cat. I know. And you're just letting it wander around? He's standing right here, Goku interjected cheerfully. And I can hear you. Also, I'm not in it. That's rude. Tsunade's attention swiveled. Really looked at him for the first time. Took in the orange GI. The ridiculous hair. The eyes that held battles beyond counting and somehow remained kind. You're not from here. Nope. Different universe entirely. Got yanked through dimensions. Still trying to figure out how to get home. And until then I'm helping Naruto. Teaching him. Protecting him. Goku shrugged. Seemed like the right thing to do. Tsunade studied him for a long moment. Her medical training kicked in. Analyzed what she was seeing. Muscle density that shouldn't exist. Energy circulation that defied biological limits. Something fundamentally other wearing human shape. You're the reason I'm here, she said finally. The old man sent Jiraiya to convince me to come back. Play Hokage. Lead the village. She took a long pull from her bottle. I was going to refuse, but a dimensional entity bound to the Nine-Tails Jinchuriki? That's too interesting to ignore. You're a doctor, right? Goku's head tilted. Jiraiya mentioned you. Said you're the best medical ninja alive. The best. Period. No humility. Just fact. Cool. Maybe you can look at this chakra key integration issue I'm having. It's making my insides feel weird. Not painful, just itchy? If that makes sense? Tsunade blinked. You want me to examine you? If you're offering. I'm curious about the biology here. Humans seem similar to my universe, but with this whole chakra network thing. How does that work? Is it genetic? Environmental? You're insane. That's what Kurama said. Who's Kurama? The Nine-Tails. We're friends now. Tsunade turned to Jiraiya. He's friends with the Nine-Tails, apparently. Since when do Bijou make friends? Since 2 nights ago, apparently. Tsunade drained her bottle. I need another drink. Hokage Tower evening. The council room felt smaller with Tsunade in it. She dominated space through sheer presence. Leaned against the wall. Arms crossed. Glaring at everyone equally. You want me to be Hokage, she stated. Fix the medical system. Rebuild the village's strength. All because the old man's dying and nobody else is stupid enough to take the job. I'm not dying, Hiruzen protested weakly. You're 70. And tired. And ground down by politics. Tsunade's gaze could have cut steel. Don't insult me by pretending otherwise. Silence. She wasn't wrong. The position's yours if you want it, Hiruzen said quietly. But only if you want it. I won't force this burden on you. What about him? Tsunade jerked her thumb toward Goku, who sat in the corner, fascinating over a stress ball some intern had left behind. Dimensional entity bound to your Jinchuriki. That's a security nightmare. He's been nothing but helpful, so far. Tsunade's eyes narrowed. What happens when he wants something you can't give? When he decides cooperation isn't worth it? Then I'll leave peacefully, Goku interrupted, still squeezing the stress ball. Watching it compress and expand with childlike fascination. I'm not a prisoner. I'm not staying by force. I'm here because the summoning binding makes going home difficult, and because I like Naruto. He looked up. Met her eyes. But if I wanted to leave? Really leave? Nobody here could stop me. The temperature dropped. Every ANBU operative in the room tensed. Hands moved toward weapons. Killing intent started building. Relax. Goku set down the stress ball. I'm not threatening anyone. Just stating facts. I could break the binding. Tear through dimensions. Force my way home. Probably destroy half the village doing it. His expression turned serious. But I won't. Because that'd hurt people. And I don't do that unless there's no other choice. Noble, Tsunade said dryly. Also convenient. Truth usually is. Goku stood. Stretched. Look, I get it. You don't trust me. Fair. I'm a stranger from another universe with ridiculous power. But I've spent 2 days proving I'm not hostile. Training your genin. Befriending your Bijou. Not destroying anything important. He spread his hands. What more do you want? Proof you'll stay peaceful when things get hard. Can't give you that. Nobody can. People change. Situations evolve. Goku's smile returned. Smaller. More sincere. But I can promise I'll try. Try to help. Try to protect. Try to be someone worth trusting. Tsunade stared at him for a long moment, then sighed. Fine. I'll take the Hokage position. On one condition. Name it, Hiruzen said. I examine the entity. Full medical workup. Chakra analysis. Biological study. Everything. She pointed at Goku. If I'm going to protect this village from external threats, I need to understand the internal ones first. I'm not a threat, Goku protested mildly. Then you won't mind the exam. Actually, that sounds interesting. I've never had a full medical workup. Well, except when I had that heart virus. And when Vegeta broke my everything. And he paused. Okay, I've had several medical workups, but never by someone from another universe. Tsunade's eye twitched again. You're way too enthusiastic about medical examination. I like learning new things. You're definitely insane. So people keep saying. Medical wing midnight. Tsunade's private examination room looked like a mad scientist's laboratory. Equipment everywhere. Monitors beeping. Chakra sensors calibrated beyond normal limits. And in the center, on a medical table, Goku sat shirtless while Tsunade pressed glowing green hands to his chest. This is impossible, she muttered for the 17th time. What is? Goku asked curiously. Your cellular structure. Your energy circulation. Your everything. Her hands moved to his shoulder. His arm. His back. You shouldn't exist. Not like this. Not with these power levels contained in humanoid form. Saiyan biology's pretty tough. Tough doesn't cover it. Tsunade pulled back. Studied her readings. Your muscle density is 300 times denser than normal human tissue. Your bones could withstand blows that would pulverize mountains. And your chakra network, she stopped. Frowned. You don't have a chakra network. Sure I do. It formed when the summoning binding activated. No. You have a key circulation system that's mimicking a chakra network. Your body adapted. Created something new. It's... She shook her head. It's evolution in real time. Impossible evolution. Science adapt fast. It's kind of our thing. Goku flexed experimentally. We get stronger from fighting. From surviving injuries. From pushing past limits. Is that weird here? That's unheard of here. Normal humans have fixed potential. You can train to maximize it, but there's a ceiling. You're saying Saiyans have no ceiling? Not that I've found. Though I've hit plenty of walls. Usually by getting beaten up and nearly dying. Then coming back stronger. It's a pattern. Tsunade sat down heavily. You're a medical impossibility. A biological weapon wrapped in a friendly package. I'm just Goku. Just Goku could probably destroy this entire planet. Oh, definitely. Though I wouldn't. That'd be rude. Rude? Tsunade's voice pitched high. Planet destruction is rude? Well, yeah. People live there. Destroying their home without permission is incredibly rude. Goku said it like explaining basic manners. Vegeta used to do it all the time. Really annoying habit. Tsunade pinched the bridge of her nose. I need a drink. Drinking's bad for you. You're bad for my sanity. That's fair. Training ground 7, 3 a.m. Kakashi couldn't sleep. Not unusual. Nightmares of dead teammates and failed missions rarely permitted rest. But tonight felt different. Heavy. Like reality was holding its breath. He found Guy already at the training ground. Running laps. 500 and counting. Can't sleep either? Kakashi called. Sleep is for the unyouthful. Guy didn't break stride. Also, I'm deeply concerned about that Goku person's casual approach to planetary destruction. You were listening? The entire ANBU network was listening. Tsunade-sama doesn't exactly whisper. Guy finally stopped. Sweat poured down his face despite the cold. Kakashi. That entity. What do we do if it turns hostile? Die quickly. That's not helpful. It's honest. Kakashi leaned against a tree. I've analyzed every interaction. Every movement. Every energy signature. You know what I concluded? What? We have no chance. None. If Goku decides to become an enemy, everyone in this village dies. Possibly everyone in this nation. Maybe this continent. He pulled out his book. Pretended to read. So we do the only thing we can. Which is, make sure he never has a reason to become an enemy. Guy absorbed this. Nodded slowly. Then we befriend him, more or less. I shall challenge him to a youthful competition. Guy's eyes blazed. Push-ups. Laps. Vertical climbs. Through friendship forged in sweat and determination wheel. Guy. Yes? Please don't challenge the dimensional entity to competitions. Why not? It worked with you. I'm significantly less likely to accidentally atomize you during a race. You wound me, eternal rival. That's the goal. They stood in comfortable silence. Two elite ninja contemplating impossible threats and improbable alliances. Then Guy spoke again. Do you think he really befriended the Ninetales? According to Naruto's report, yes. That's actually impressive. It's terrifying. Bijou don't befriend humans. They tolerate. They cooperate. But friendship? Kakashi shook his head. That requires mutual respect. Understanding. Connection. Qualities Goku seems to have in abundance. Alongside the ability to crack planets. You're very focused on the planet cracking. It seems relevant, Guy laughed. The sound echoed across the empty training ground. We live in interesting times, my friend. I hate interesting times. No, you don't, Kakashi sighed. No. I don't. Dawn, Wave Country assignment, bridge builder? Naruto's face scrunched. That's our first real mission? Building bridges? Guarding a bridge builder, Kakashi corrected. Tazuna here needs protection traveling to Wave Country. Simple escort mission. C rank. Should be easy, should be. That word hung heavy. Tazuna stood nearby, smelling like cheap alcohol and expensive terror. Old man. Weathered face. Eyes that had seen too much poverty and not enough hope. You're sending kids? He protested. I paid for proper protection. These kids are fully qualified genin. Kakashi's visible eye narrowed. And they have backup. Goku materialized beside Naruto. Literally. One moment empty space, next moment Saiyan warrior grinning cheerfully. Backup reporting. He saluted incorrectly. Wrong hand. Wrong form. Somehow endearing anyway. Though I'm not sure what a bridge builder does. Is it like construction? I helped build a house once. Accidentally destroyed it twice during training, but the third attempt stuck. Tazuna stared. What the hell is that? I'm Goku. That doesn't answer. We've been over this, Tsunade interrupted, stepping from the Hokage Tower entrance. Official robes looked uncomfortable on her. Made for someone smaller. Less intimidating. He's dimensional security, extremely overpowered. Extremely friendly. Don't antagonize him. I'm not that easy to antagonize, Goku protested. You threatened to destroy the planet last night. I said I could. Not that I would. Big difference. Not big enough. Team 7 assembled. Kakashi did final equipment checks. Sakura triple-checked her kunai. Sasuke brooded intensely at nothing in particular. Naruto vibrated with barely contained excitement. Standard formation, Kakashi instructed. Naruto on point with Goku. Sasuke and Sakura on flanks. I'll take rear guard. Any questions? Can I fight if we get attacked? Goku asked hopefully. Preferably no. This is their mission. Their growth opportunity. However, Kakashi's tone sharpened. If things go truly sideways, you have permission to intervene. Define truly sideways. Imminent death. That's pretty sideways, hence the term. They departed through the north gate. Morning sun painted everything gold. Merchants waved. Civilians pretended not to stare at the orange-clad entity walking alongside the demon container. And in the shadows, route operatives watched. Reported. Planned. 4 hours into journey. The puddle was obvious. Painfully obvious. Suspiciously obvious. Puddle on sunny day when it hasn't rained in weeks obvious. Kakashi noticed. Said nothing. Test continued. Naruto noticed. Felt Goku tense beside him. Whispered question, should they? Goku shook his head fractionally. Let them show themselves. Learn from the experience. They passed the puddle. The demon brothers struck. Chain erupted from the water. Spiked. Barbed. Wrapped around Kakashi before he could dodge. Yanked tight. Tore him apart. Blood sprayed. Body parts scattered. Sakura screamed. Sasuke's eyes widened. Naruto froze. Training warred with instinct. Technique battled panic. The brothers lunged for Tazuna. Goku yawned. Didn't move. Didn't intervene. Just stood there, hands behind his head, watching with vague interest as Sasuke moved. Fast. Faster than academy training alone should have permitted. Kunai intercepted the chain. Momentum redirected. The demon brothers stumbled. They're targeting the client. Sasuke barked. Protect formation, Sakura snapped from shock. positioned herself between Tazuna and threats. Hands steady despite terror, Naruto's paralysis broke. Shadow clones exploded outward. 12, 20, 30. Surrounded the brothers. Cut off escape routes. The fight lasted 40 seconds. Demon brothers ended up bound. Neutralized. Confused how 3 genin had adapted so quickly, then Kakashi emerged from the tree line. Perfectly fine. Substitution jutsu. Basic technique executed flawlessly. Not bad, he said mildly. Quick thinking. Decent adaptation. Sasuke, good initiative. Sakura, solid defensive positioning. Naruto, he paused. You hesitated, I know. Naruto's hands balled into fists. I froze. Saw you die and just, normal reaction, Goku interjected. First time seeing violence hits different. But you recovered. Adapted. Fought through it. He bumped Naruto's shoulder. That's what matters. I should have moved faster. You moved fast enough. This time. Kakashi's visible eye held approval. Next time you'll be faster. That's how growth works. Interrogation revealed Wave Country's true situation. Gado. Criminal empire. Bridge that threatened his monopoly. Builder who refused to surrender. Ninja assassins on payroll. Missing Nin. Jonin level threats. This is way above C rank, Sakura whispered. Yes, Kakashi agreed. Which means we turn back. Resubmit as A rank. Let appropriate teams handle. No. Tazuna's voice cracked. Please. My village can't afford A rank pricing. And if this bridge doesn't complete. He met their eyes. People die. Children starve. Everything ends. Silence. We should turn back, Sasuke said logically. Overcommitting to missions above our rank is foolish. But people need help, Naruto countered. Isn't that why we became ninja? To protect people? Not to die stupidly. I agree with both of you, Kakashi interrupted. This is above our pay grade. Dangerous. Possibly lethal. He looked at each genin in turn. But it's also your decision. Team vote. Majority rules. I vote we help, Naruto immediately. I vote we leave, Sasuke immediately. All eyes turned to Sakura. She trembled. Considered. Looked at Tazuna's desperate face. At Naruto's determination. At Sasuke's cold logic. We help, she said quietly. But carefully. 2-1, Kakashi sighed. Fine. Mission continues. But new rules. You follow my orders exactly. No heroics. No improvisation. And, he looked at Goku. You're authorized to intervene at any sign of serious danger. How serious? Anyone actually landing a hit serious? That's not very serious. I'm aware. They continued toward Wave Country, toward danger, toward consequences. And behind them, in the mist, crimson eyes watched. Calculated. Prepared. Zabuza Momochi smiled behind his bandages. The bridge, evening. Tazuna's bridge stretched halfway across the water. Incomplete. Ambitious. Symbol of hope wrapped in concrete and steel. It's impressive, Goku observed. Reminds me of the infrastructure on New Namek. They rebuilt their whole planet after Frieza destroyed the original. Engineering at that scale requires serious dedication. You keep mentioning these places, Tazuna muttered. Namek. Earth. Other planets. Are you drunk? Nope. Just from a universe where space travel's common and aliens are everywhere. Right. Sure. And I'm the daimyo, Goku shrugged. Wandered to the bridge edge. Peered down at water churning below. Something felt wrong. Not dangerous exactly. Just off. Energy signature in the mist. Familiar somehow. Like deja vu made manifest. Kakashi, he called. Someone's watching us. I know. The Jonin's hand moved to his forehead protector. Been tracking them for 10 minutes. Jonin level chakra. Significant killing intent. Possibly. Mist exploded across the bridge. Thick. Unnatural. Infused with chakra that tasted like old blood and older regrets. Hidden mist jutsu, Kakashi said calmly. Everyone, defensive formation. Protect the client. The mist thickened. Visibility dropped to inches. Breathing became effort, and from within the white nothing, laughter echoed. Copy Ninja Kakashi, rumbled a voice like grinding stone. Heard you were escorting this target. Didn't expect to find your Sharingan eye staring through my mist. Zabuza Momochi. Kakashi lifted his forehead protector. Sharingan spinning. Red will predicting futures and reading intentions. Missing Nin from the mist. A-rank threat. Listed in the bingo book at 50 million Rio. Flattering. A figure materialized on the bridge railing. Massive. Wrapped in bandages. Executioner's blade strapped to his back. Cleaver large enough to split oxen. Though I'd say I'm worth double. Killing intent crashed over Team 7. Sakura went white. Knees buckled. Sasuke's hand trembled on his kunai. Even Naruto felt it. Weight of hundreds of kills, lives ended, blood spilled over decades. Interesting group you've got, Zabuza continued. 3 brats fresh from the academy. 1 legendary ninja past his prime. His gaze swept past Kakashi. Landed on Goku. Stopped. And, what the hell are you? I'm Goku. That tells me nothing. Sure it does. I'm Goku. That's my name. Identity. Whole deal. Zabuza stared. His killing intent actually faltered from pure confusion. Are you mocking me? Nope. Just introducing myself. You're Zabuza, right? Nice sword. Looks heavy. Do you train with it? Weight training's important. I used to train under intense gravity. Really builds core strength. Complete silence. Even the mist seemed confused. Goku, Kakashi said carefully. Maybe don't chat with the assassin trying to kill us. Why not? He seems interesting. He's trying to kill us. So? Some of my best friends started by trying to kill me. Piccolo. Vegeta. Tien. Yamcha, technically, though that was more a misunderstanding. Point is, talking before fighting's polite. Zabuza's eye twitched behind his bandages. Who the hell trained you in combat etiquette? Master Rashi? King Kai? Whis. Various gods and martial artists. Why? Because they did a terrible job. That's rude. You're befriending people mid-assassination, only if they're interesting. Zabuza turned to Kakashi. Is he serious? Unfortunately, yes. Can I kill him? You can try. Challenge accepted. Zabuza moved. Water clone jutsu. 6 identical copies materialized from mist. All wielding massive blades. All radiating lethal intent. They charged. Goku caught all 6 blades simultaneously, 1 finger each. No leverage. No strain. Just casual pressure that stopped 50 pounds of sharpened steel cold. These clones are pretty good, he observed. Not as solid as the real you, but close. How do you maintain chakra coherence across multiple constructs while Zabuza's killing intent spiked to maximum? What are you? Told you. I'm Goku. That's not an answer. Sure it is. The clones attacked together. Coordinated. Lethal. 6 executioners' blades converged on one target from 6 angles simultaneously. Goku released the blades. Poked each clone's forehead. Gently. They burst into water. Good technique though, Goku continued conversationally. The chakra efficiency's impressive. Creating solid constructs that can fight independently while maintaining the original skills? That's advanced stuff. Zabuza's brain stalled. Rebooted. Stalled again. Nobody had ever. Nothing should be able to. This wasn't. New plan, he announced. Tactical withdrawal. Already? Goku sounded disappointed. We barely started talking. I'm not interested in conversation. I'm interested in survival. And whatever you are, Zabuza pointed his blade at Goku. You're not worth the contract price. That's fair. Self-preservation smart. Want to grab food before you go? There's this great ramen place in Konoha. The owner makes. Zabuza was already gone, vanished into mist that dispersed rapidly. Left only confusion and several very bewildered ninja. Did? Sakura spoke slowly. Did he just give up? Tactical withdrawal, Kakashi corrected. Different from giving up. More dignified. He ran away, Sasuke stated. That too, Naruto burst out laughing. Couldn't help it. The tension. The fear. The absurdity of watching an A-rank assassin flee from someone who just wanted to chat. Goku, he gasped between laughs. You just talked an assassin into retreating. Is that weird? Yes. Huh. Goku scratched his head. Work though. Kakashi lowered his forehead protector. Sharingan covered. This mission just got significantly more complicated. How? Sakura asked. Because Zabuza will report back to Gato. Describe the entity. Warn him that standard ninja tactics won't work. Kakashi's visible eye narrowed. Which means next time, they'll bring something bigger. Something worse. Let them, Tazuna said firmly. We're not stopping. Bridge gets built. Whatever it takes. Admirable. Possibly suicidal. But admirable. They walked off the bridge. Toward Tazuna's home. Toward temporary safety. And in the forest, a boy in a hunter's mask watched from the shadows. Watched Goku specifically. Reported everything to the man in bandages. The man who was currently having an existential crisis about dimensional entities and polite conversation. The mission had changed. Everything had changed. And in Konoha, Danzo smiled as reports filtered in. The entity had left the village. Was vulnerable. Exposed. Opportunity approached. Blood hit water. 3 drops. Precise. Deliberate. Haku watched them spiral down into the river below, crimson blooming into nothing. His hands, slender, scarred, trained to kill since age 8, pressed against the wound in his side. Not deep. Not fatal. But unexpected. You're injured. Zabuza's voice cut through the mist like his blade through flesh. The massive swordsman materialized beside Haku, executioner's cleaver still dripping from recent kills. Training kills. Maintenance kills. The kind that kept skills sharp and terror fresh. It's nothing, Zabuza-sama. Nothing doesn't bleed. Zabuza's bandaged face tilted. What happened? Haku hesitated. Pulled gauze tight. I was scouting. Got too close to their camp. The orange one, the entity they call Goku, he sensed me. Didn't attack. Didn't pursue. Just. Memory flickered behind dark eyes. Just looked. Like he could see through everything. Through the trees. Through my mask. Through me. He say anything? Asked if I was hungry. Offered me food. Zabuza's grip tightened on his blade. The hell? That's what I thought. Haku finished bandaging. Stood straight despite the pain. He's not human, Zabuza-sama. I've fought enough ninja to recognize patterns. Combat reflexes. Killing intent. This one has none of that. He's just... Words failed. He's just there. Existing. Like gravity or sunrise. Inevitable. Nothing's inevitable except death. He might be the exception. They stood in silence. Mist rolled around them. Wave country's perpetual fog that swallowed sound and hope equally. Somewhere distant, Gato's thugs were laughing. Drinking. Celebrating another day of strangling a nation slowly. The plan changes, Zabuza said finally. We can't fight the entity directly. Then how do we? We don't fight him at all. We fight around him. Zabuza's eyes gleamed behind bandages. Separate him from the genin. Isolate the copy ninja. Make them choose between protecting multiple targets simultaneously. Force the entity to decide who lives and who dies. That's ruthless. That's survival. Zabuza shouldered his blade. And if that doesn't work, then we run. Smart boy. Tazuna's house, dawn. Naruto woke to the smell of cooking fish. Not ramen. Not convenience store food. Actual honest-to-God home cooking that made his stomach clench with want and unfamiliarity. He'd lived on instant meals so long that real food felt like foreign language. Downstairs, Goku was already awake. Already training. Doing one-arm push-ups in the tiny living room while Tazuna's daughter Tsunami watched with expressions cycling between fascination and horror. 8,642, Goku counted cheerfully. 8,643. Morning, Naruto. Sleep okay? How long have you been awake? Couple hours. Couldn't sleep. Different gravity here than King Kai's planet. Throws off my internal rhythms. Another push-up. Effortless. Been doing warm-ups. Trying not to break anything. Tsunami-san's been very patient about the weird stranger doing calisthenics in her house. You're very polite for someone who could apparently destroy planets, Tsunami said carefully. Like speaking to a friendly tiger. Destroying things takes effort. Being nice is easier. Goku hopped to his feet. Not even-winded. Plus Chi-Chi always said politeness matters, usually right before hitting me with a frying pan for tracking mud inside. Good times. Inari sat at the table. Small boy. 8 years old. Eyes that had seen his father figure executed and decided hope was for idiots. He glared at Goku with undisguised hostility. Heroes don't exist, the boy announced. Goku paused. Turned. That's a pretty definitive statement for someone so young. It's true. Heroes are lies adults tell. Real life is just strong people hurting weak people forever. Inari. Tsunami's voice cracked. Apologize. Why? It's true. Goku studied the boy. Really looked. Saw past the anger to the grief underneath. The wound that hadn't healed. The scar that kept tearing open. You lost someone, Goku said quietly. Someone important. Someone brave. Inari flinched. You don't know anything. I know that look. Seen it before. Gohan had it when I died fighting Cell. Eyes that stopped believing the world was safe. Goku sat down opposite Inari. Eye level. Equal ground. Want to know what I learned? No. Gonna tell you anyway. Heroes exist. But they're not special. They're not chosen. They're just people who decide to help when everything's terrible. Your person, the one you lost, they were a hero. Small scale maybe? Local. But real. Tears threatened at the corners of Inari's eyes. Kaiza wasn't strong enough. Gato killed him. Made everyone watch. Proved strength wins and good people die. Strength wins fights, Goku corrected. But kindness wins wars. Different timescales. Longer game. He ruffled Inari's hair. Your Kaiza planted seeds. You're the crop. Just gotta decide what kind of plant you'll be. That's stupid. Yep. Most true things are. Footsteps on stairs. Team 7 descended. Sasuke moved with coiled tension. Sakura yawned despite danger. Kakashi read his orange book while somehow remaining perfectly aware of everything. Status report, the Jonin ordered. Zabuza is probably regrouping, Goku offered. Felt him and his partner watching the house around 3 a.m. Didn't approach. Just observed. Partner? Kakashi's visible eyes sharpened. Yeah. Younger. Skilled. Different energy signature. Hidden in the mist. Didn't want to scare them off by acknowledging their presence. Goku stretched. Joints popped like firecrackers. Seemed polite to let them scout without interference. You let enemy ninja observe our position. They were being quiet about it. Felt rude to interrupt. Kakashi's eye twitched. Goku. Standard protocol when detecting enemy reconnaissance is immediate interdiction. That sounds violent. It's practical. Can it be both? No. Breakfast proceeded in tense silence. Miso soup. Grilled fish. Rice balls that Tsunami had woken at dawn to prepare. Normal food for normal people living abnormal lives under tyrannical occupation. Naruto ate mechanically. Thinking. Processing. The fight on the bridge replayed in his head. Zabuza's killing intent. The mist. The clones. Goku's casual dismissal of threats that would have killed them all. I need to get stronger, he said suddenly. Everyone looked. Obviously Sasuke muttered. No, I mean, Naruto's hands clenched. I froze. Saw Kakashi-sensei get torn apart, and just stopped. What if next time Goku's not there? What if next time it's Sakura or Sasuke or someone I can't protect because I'm too weak? You're not weak, Goku interjected. You're inexperienced. Different problem. Same result. No. Weakness is limitation. Experience is just time. Goku set down his chopsticks. Tell you what. We've got a few hours before bridge duty. Want to do some real training? Real training? The kind where you learn to access that fox's power properly. The room went silent. Cold. Dangerous. Goku-san, Tsunami said carefully. Perhaps we shouldn't discuss. Why not? Everyone knows about Kurama. The ceiling. The attack. Goku looked genuinely confused. Pretending it doesn't exist just makes Naruto feel more isolated. Better to acknowledge and integrate. Kurama? Kakashi repeated. The Nine Tails. That's his name. We talked. Made friends. He's actually pretty reasonable once you get past the whole imprisoned for decades grudge. Goku turned to Naruto. Want to try channeling his chakra? Controlled release. Measured power. No fox cloak or berserker rage. Just energy. That's... Kakashi's brain stuttered. That's incredibly dangerous. Jinchuriki require years of training to safely access Bijou chakra. Specialized seals. Controlled environments. Not, he gestured vaguely, breakfast table discussions and spontaneous training sessions. Why not? Danger's relative. Goku stood. Come on, Naruto. Let's see what you're really capable of. They left before anyone could protest. Forest clearing, morning, trees surrounded them. Dense. Old. The kind that had watched generations grow and die and decided nothing mattered except sunlight and water and time. Goku stood opposite Naruto. 10 feet of space. Infinite gulf of skill. Okay. Basics first. Feel Kurama's presence inside you. Don't reach for his power. Just acknowledge he's there. Naruto closed his eyes. Focused inward. Down through chakra pathways. Into the seal. Into darkness. Water. Bars. Crimson eyes opening like wounds. Hello, Kit. Kurama's voice rolled through Naruto's mindscape. Amused. Curious. Less hostile than usual. Your Saiyan friend really did befriend me. Impressive. Stupid, but impressive. Can you help me? Naruto thought at the massive fox. I need to get stronger. Need to protect my team. Need to stop being weak. Kurama's tails swished. I can give you power. Ocean of it. Enough to drown this entire pathetic village. But power without control is just destruction. Your body can't handle my full strength. Not yet. Not for years. Then give me what I can handle. Silence. Calculation. The fox's massive head tilted. Smart answer. Most brats beg for everything immediately. Blow themselves apart trying to grasp infinity. One claw extended through the bars. Gently. Carefully. Fine. Take a drop. A single drop. Use it well. Chakra flowed. Red. Hot. Ancient. Power that predated civilization and would outlast mountains. Naruto gasped. Opened physical eyes. His body burned, not pain, just intensity. Like every cell was suddenly awake and screaming. Good. Goku's voice cut through the sensation. Now circulate it. Don't let it pool. Keep it moving through your pathways. Like water through pipes. Constant flow. Naruto tried. Failed. Tried again. The chakra fought him. Wild. Untamed. Wanting to burst free and consume everything. It's too much. It's exactly enough. You're just not used to it. Goku moved closer. Placed one hand on Naruto's shoulder. Feel my ki. How it moves. How it integrates with chakra. Copy that pattern. Energy flowed between them. Gold mixing with red. Order meeting chaos. And slowly, painfully slowly, Naruto's chakra circulation stabilized. Red leaked from his eyes. Whisker marks darkened. Nails extended into claws. Perfect. Goku stepped back. Now hold it. Don't let it fade. Make it your baseline. How long? Until it feels normal. Could be minutes. Could be hours. Goku dropped into stance. Let's spar while you practice. Nothing like combat to make energy control automatic. They fought. Naruto moved faster. Hit harder. His punches carried weight beyond his frame. Goku blocked everything casually but with focus now. Actually paying attention instead of just humoring the kid. Better. Your form's improving. Remember, power means nothing if you can't land hits. Goku weaved around a combination. Tapped Naruto's ribs. Opening there. And sweep. feet too close together, and shoulder check. Committing too early. Corrections came rapid fire. Each mistake identified. Each weakness exposed. Brutal teaching through immediate feedback. Naruto's movements evolved in real time. Adjusted. Improved. The red chakra burned through his system, and with it came enhanced perception. Faster reflexes. Deeper reserves. An hour passed. 2. 3. When Kakashi finally came looking, he found Naruto standing amid destroyed trees and cratered earth, breathing hard, eyes still burning red, and grinning like a madman. I can feel it, the boy gasped. Kurama's power. It's right there. Part of me. Not separate anymore. That's... Kakashi's Sharingan spun, analyzing. That shouldn't be possible. You shouldn't be able to maintain partial transformation this long without the seal rejecting. The seal adapted, Goku explained. Kurama helped. Once I convinced him Naruto's growth benefits them both, he started cooperating instead of resisting. Makes everything easier. You convinced the Nine Tails to cooperate? Well, yeah. He's reasonable. Just took some talking. Kakashi pinched the bridge of his nose. I need to update the Hokage. Immediately. This changes everything. Changes what? Naruto asked. Jinchuriki training protocols. Bijou containment theory. Everything we thought we knew about human-tailed beast relationships. Kakashi pulled out a scroll. Started writing. Fast. If other villages learn you've achieved partial synchronization after 3 days, they'll either want to study you or kill you. Possibly both. Then we don't tell them, Goku said simply. We have to report. Do we? Really? Goku's expression turned serious. If telling people puts Naruto in danger, why tell people? Keep it quiet. Secret technique. Surprise advantage. Tactical advantage and safety combined. Kakashi stared. You're suggesting we lie to the Hokage. I'm suggesting we protect our teammate. Goku met the Jonin's eye. Which matters more? Silence. Kakashi's hand trembled on the scroll. Then he burned it. Watched paper curl and blacken and disappear into ash. This conversation never happened, he said quietly. Naruto, you never accessed Kurama's chakra. You're just naturally improving through dedicated training. Understood? Understood. Good. Now let's get back. Bridge duty starts in an hour. And Zabuza won't wait forever. The bridge, afternoon, mist rolled in like inevitability. Thick. Unnatural. Gato's workers fled immediately. They knew this mist. Knew what it meant. Death approaching with deliberate patience. Here we go, Kakashi muttered. Sharingan already spinning. Defensive formation. Protect Tazuna. Goku, I know. Stay back unless necessary. Goku leaned against a support pillar. Casual. Relaxed. Completely unconcerned. You guys got this. Your confidence is appreciated and terrifying. The mist thickened, reality compressed, and from within the white nothing, mirrors materialized. Ice mirrors. Dozens of them. Surrounding Team 7 in perfect geometric formation. Each surface reflecting distorted reality back at itself. Demonic ice crystal mirrors. Haku's voice came from everywhere and nowhere. The hunter-masked boy appeared in one mirror. Then another. Then all of them simultaneously. Saban needles gleamed in slender hands. I'm sorry, he said softly. But I must protect someone precious to me. Even if it means killing you, Saban launched. 30 needles. 40. 50. From every angle. Every mirror. Moving at speeds that blurred into lines of steel. Sasuke moved first. Deflected 3 needles. Took one in the shoulder. Gasped. Collapsed to one knee. Sakura grabbed him. Pulled him down. Shielded Tazuna with her body. Terror and training warring behind her eyes. Naruto charged forward. Clones exploded outward. Tried to break the mirrors. Tried to reach Haku. Tried. Saban punched through his shoulder. His thigh. His arm. Precision strikes. Non-lethal. Designed to disable without killing. Stop moving, Haku said sadly. You're only making this harder. Screw that. Naruto's eyes burned red. Kurama's chakra leaked. Not full transformation. Just enough. Just that single drop. I'm not dying here. He moved faster, dodged the next barrage. Not completely. Not perfectly. But better. Survival replacing academy flailing with instinct trained through pain. Sasuke struggled to stand. Sharingan flickered, not awakened, not yet, but close. So close. He could almost see the pattern. Almost predict, more Saban. These ones aimed at vital points. Sasuke threw himself in front of Naruto, took 5 needles meant for his teammate, collapsed. Sasuke, Naruto's scream tore through the mist. Raw. Primal. And with it came chakra, red chakra, not a drop anymore. More. Much more. Kurama's power flooded out, uncontrolled, unchecked, driven by rage and grief and the absolute refusal to watch another person he cared about die. The ice mirrors cracked. Impossible, Haku whispered. Those mirrors are reinforced with chakra. They shouldn't. One shattered, then another, then all of them simultaneously. Naruto stood at the center. Red energy spiraling. One-tail cloak forming. Not full Jinchuriki transformation but closer than any genin should reach. His eyes burned crimson. Claws extended. Fangs showing. You hurt my friend. Voice distorted. Kurama's tone mixing with Naruto's. Big mistake. He moved. Fast. Impossibly fast for someone his age. His rank. His experience. Haku barely dodged. Saban deflected off chakra cloak. Counterattack intercepted by clawed hand. This wasn't genin level anymore. This was something else entirely. Stand down, Kit. Goku's voice cut through the haze. Calm. Commanding. Sasuke's alive. Just unconscious. Naruto paused. Panting. Chakra still burning. Check his pulse. Naruto moved to Sasuke. Placed hand on neck. Felt heartbeat. Steady. Strong. Alive. The red chakra receded. Slowly. Reluctantly. Like draining poison, Naruto slumped. Exhausted. Burned out from channeling power his body wasn't ready for. That was close, Goku said mildly. Almost lost control there. Need to work on emotional regulation. My friend was dying. Your friend was disabled. Different thing. Goku looked at Haku, who stood frozen. Uncertain. You. Ice user. Why are you fighting? Haku's mask tilted. To protect someone precious. Zabuza? Yes. He ordered you to kill these kids? He ordered me to complete the mission. That's not the same thing. Goku stepped forward. Casual. Non-threatening. You're skilled. Obviously trained young. Brutal training too. I can see the efficiency in your movements. Killer technique polished until murder becomes art. He stopped 3 feet away. But you don't want to kill. I can tell. You're going for disable shots. Non-lethal placements. Buying time. You don't know anything. I know hesitation. Seen it before. Vegeta had it. Piccolo had it. That moment where training says kill but conscience says stop. Goku's expression softened. What if there's another way? What if you don't have to be a tool? There is no other way. Haku's voice cracked. Zabuza-sama saved me. Gave me purpose. Without him I'm nothing. Just another bloodline orphan discarded by the mist sphere. You're a person. That's something. It's not enough. Sure it is. Just gotta decide it is. Goku extended his hand. Come with us. Leave Gato. Leave Zabuza. Start over. I can't. Haku! Zabuza's roar cut through the mist. The massive swordsman exploded from the white nothing. Executioner's blade swinging. Not at Team 7, at Kakashi, who'd been silently preparing, who'd been channeling chakra, who now unleashed. Lightning blade, Chidori screamed. Lightning coalesced. 1,000 birds crying murder compressed into cutting edge. Kakashi moved. Fast. Jonin speed. Sharingan predicting. Assassination technique perfected through repetition, aimed at Zabuza's heart. Haku moved faster, appeared between them, took the lightning blade through his chest. Blood sprayed. Chakra scattered. The boy's mask cracked. Fell. Revealed features too feminine for some. Too masculine for others. Just human. Just young. Just dying. Haku! Zabuza's voice held something beyond rage. Beyond grief. Something primal. The boy smiled. Blood on his lips. I was useful. One last time, he fell. Kakashi caught him. Lowered him gently. I'm sorry. I didn't, you shouldn't have, I chose. Haku's voice faded. Protected someone precious. No regrets. His eyes closed. The mist began to dissipate, and Zabuza stood there. Massive. Broken. Staring at the body of the only person he'd ever called family. You. His voice was stone grinding. You killed him. He sacrificed himself, Kakashi said quietly. That's different. Not to me, Zabuza charged. Killing intent exploded. Not targeted. Not controlled. Just rage made manifest. His blade swung. Wild. Desperate. Each strike carrying grief and fury and the absolute need to hurt something the way he was hurting. Kakashi dodged. Barely. Sharingan spinning. Reading patterns. Predicting attacks. But Zabuza wasn't using technique anymore. Just violence. Just hatred. A blade that size couldn't be dodged forever. Goku sighed. Moved. Appeared between them. Caught the executioner's blade with one hand. Stopped 50 pounds of sharpened steel dead. Enough. That word carried weight beyond sound. Carried authority beyond rank. Carried something that made Zabuza's rage pause. Reconsider. Recognize the futility of fighting gravity. He's dead, Zabuza said. Voice hollow. The only person who mattered. Dead, I know. I'm sorry. Goku's expression held genuine sympathy. But killing these people won't bring him back. Won't honor his sacrifice. He died protecting you. Don't waste that by dying pointlessly. What else is there? Living. Growing. Becoming someone worthy of being protected. Goku released the blade. Or killing us all and dying in the process. Your choice. Zabuza stared at Haku's body. At the boy who'd been tool and student and son and only thing worth living for. His blade lowered. Contracts void anyway, he said quietly. Gato hired me to stop the bridge. But Gato's a lying bastard who wasn't planning to pay. Had thugs waiting to ambush me after I finished you. He gestured vaguely toward the far end of the bridge. They're probably watching now. Waiting for us to kill each other so they can clean up. How many? Kakashi asked. 100. Maybe more. Cheap mercenaries. Bullies with swords. Zabuza shouldered his blade. I'll handle them. You're injured. Exhausted. Fighting that many, I don't care. Zabuza's eyes held nothing. Empty. Got nothing left to lose now. Then let us help, Goku offered. Why? Because Haku wanted you to live. Said protecting someone precious mattered. Honor that by surviving. Zabuza laughed. Bitter. Broken. You're insane. Everyone keeps saying that. The bridge's end, sunset. Gato appeared with his army. Short man. Fat. Rich. Face that embodied every corrupt merchant who'd ever strangled nations through economic warfare. He smiled with teeth like tombstones. Well. The famous demon of the mist. Looking rough, Zabuza. Guess the copy ninja was too much for. He stopped. Saw Haku's body. Covered now with Zabuza's cloak. Peaceful despite the blood. Oh. That's unfortunate. I was hoping to sell that pretty face to collectors. Bloodline slaves fetch premium prices. Gato's smile widened. No matter. Kill them all. The bridge builder too. Make sure nobody walks away. The thugs advanced. 100 strong. Swords. Clubs. Crossbows. Standard mercenary loadout worn by standard mercenary humans. Zabuza stepped forward. Goku's hand landed on his shoulder. Let me. This is your fight? Your revenge? Your pain? Goku shook his head. Nope. This is pest control. And you're exhausted. Sit down. Mourn your friend. I'll handle the trash. You can't fight 100. Goku vanished. Reappeared at the army's center. moved. It wasn't a fight. Fights implied opposition. Implied threat. This was a Saiyan warrior demonstrating the difference between thugs with weapons and someone who'd fought gods. Goku didn't use ki blasts. Didn't transform. Didn't unleash even a fraction of his power. Just moved between them. Tapped pressure points. Gentle touches that shut down nervous systems instantly. 100 thugs dropped in 47 seconds. Unconscious. Not dead. Just removed from the equation with surgical precision. Gato stared. That's impossible. You can't. Goku appeared in front of him. Hi. I'm Goku. You're a terrible person. Stop employing mercenaries to strangle nations. It's rude. Rude? Gato's voice pitched high. Rude? I own this country. I control everything. One word and nothing happens. Your army's unconscious. Your reputation's ruined. And Goku's smile never wavered, but his eyes went cold. You're going to fund the bridge's completion. Personally. Every ryo needed, as reparations. I'll never. Killing intent crashed down, not Goku's. He stood relaxed. But reality itself seemed to press. To compress. To remind Gato that arguing with force of nature was pointless. You'll fund it, Goku repeated. Or I'll drop you from high altitude. See how long you survive the fall. Should be educational. Gato wet himself, nodded frantically. Good talk. 1 week later, the bridge opened. Completed. Beautiful. Arching across the water like hope made tangible. Workers and villagers celebrated. Children ran across fresh concrete. Merchants planned trade routes. Life resumed with cautious optimism. Tizuna stood at the center. Tears on weathered face. It's done. After years of struggle. It's actually done. What are you calling it? Tsunami asked. The old man looked at Naruto. At the boy who'd grown so much in so few days. Who'd learned to access Bijou power and maintain control. Who'd befriended the demon inside him and the dimensional entity beside him. The great Naruto bridge. Naruto's jaw dropped. What? No. You can't. Already commissioned the plaque. Tizuna grinned. My bridge. My decision. But I didn't do anything special. You did everything that mattered. Tizuna ruffled the boy's hair. You showed up. Kept fighting. Refused to give up even when everything was terrible. That's heroism. Small scale maybe. Local. But real. Goku smiled. Caught Naruto's eye. Nodded approvingly. Inari appeared. Small boy with bigger eyes. Less angry now. More curious. Goku-san? You were right. About heroes. They're just people who help. Inari's fists clenched. I want to be one. Will you teach me? Can't. We're leaving today. Oh. Disappointment crushed the boy's expression, but Goku crouched to eye level. I can tell you the secret. Want to hear it? Eager nods. Heroism's just showing up. That's it. No special power. No chosen destiny. Just deciding that when someone needs help, you'll be there. Everything else is just details. That's really the secret? Yep. Disappointing, huh? No. Inari's eyes blazed. It's perfect. Team 7 assembled at the bridge's end. Ready to depart. Mission complete. Danger survived. Growth achieved. Zabuza stood to the side. Still wearing Haku's mask. Carried the executioner's blade wrapped in white cloth. Memorial and weapon combined. Kakashi, the copy ninja paused. Thanks. For ending it clean. For giving him a warrior's death. Zabuza's voice held gravel and grief. He deserved better than mercenary work. He deserved to live, yeah. But we don't always get what we deserve. Zabuza shouldered his blade. I'm heading to the land of Wave's capital. Going to make sure Gato keeps his word. Make sure this bridge gets protected. Reformed assassin playing hero? Reformed assassin honoring a memory. Zabuza started walking. Stopped. Looked back at Goku. You. Entity. Dimensional whatever. Thanks. For what? For not killing me when you could have. For letting me survive long enough to maybe deserve surviving. He resumed walking. Next time we meet, I'll be stronger. Maybe strong enough to make you actually try. I'll look forward to it. Zabuza's laugh echoed across the bridge. Bitter but not broken. Damaged but healing. They watched him go. Think he'll be okay? Naruto asked. Eventually, Goku said. Grief takes time. But he's strong. He'll figure it out. The journey back to Konoha passed quietly. Team 7 walked roads that felt different now. Changed by experience. By survival. By understanding that missions had consequences and heroism meant sacrifice. Sasuke walked with new silence. Remembering needles. Remembering pain. Remembering Naruto's chakra exploding to protect him. Jealousy and gratitude warring behind Sharingan that still wouldn't awaken. Sakura's hands trembled occasionally. Post-combat stress settling in. But her spine stayed straight. Her steps stayed firm. She'd protected teammates. Maintained formation. Survived. Naruto moved differently. More confident. More centered. Red chakra occasionally leaked. Kurama's power becoming natural. Integration progressing faster than anyone predicted. Kakashi watched them all. Pride mixing with concern. They'd grown. Adapted. Survived. But also drawn attention. Demonstrated capabilities that would make other villages interested. Dangerous combination, and Goku walked beside them. Hands behind head. Whistling tunes from his universe. Content but thoughtful. Something bothering you? Kakashi asked quietly. Felt something weird. Back at the bridge. During the fight. Goku's expression flickered. Like someone was watching. Not Zabuza or Haku. Someone else. Something else. Just for a moment. Then gone. Describe it. Can't. It wasn't ki. Wasn't chakra. Just presence. Attention from something old and patient, and very interested in what was happening. Kakashi's hand moved to his kunai pouch. Think we're being followed? No. More like observed. Studied. Analyzed. Goku shook his head. Probably nothing. Maybe I'm just paranoid from being stuck here so long. Paranoia keeps ninja alive. Then I'll keep being paranoid. They entered Konoha at dusk. Village lights glittered. Normal life continuing. People shopping. Eating. Loving. Living. And in the shadows, root operatives watched. Reported. Danzo smiled in his underground lair. The entity had returned. Demonstrated capabilities. Shown weaknesses. The Foundation adjusted plans. Prepared protocols. Sharpened knives. And in her new office, Tsunade read reports with mounting unease. Partial Jinchuriki transformation. Bija cooperation. Dimensional entity training methods that shatter decades of careful doctrine. This is going to be a problem, she muttered. Which part? Shizen asked. All of it. Tsunade drained her sake cup. Every single part. Outside her window, Goku paused. Looked up at Hokage Tower. Felt something watching. Something calculating. Something dangerous. He filed it away. Kept walking. Trouble would come eventually. It always did. But for now they'd survived. Grown. Changed. And that was enough. The academy classroom smelled like fear and adolescent desperation. Ibiki Marino stood at the front. Scars crisscrossing his face like territorial maps. Eyes that had broken men twice his size through nothing but patient attention and creative interpretation of the word interrogation. He smiled. Nobody smiled back. Welcome to the first stage of the Chunin exams. I'm your proctor. I'm also your worst nightmare, your career-ending mistake, and the reason half of you won't sleep tonight. He gestured to the ANBU lining the walls. These lovely people are here to ensure nobody cheats. Well, his smile widened. Ensure nobody cheats, obviously. Murmurs rippled through assembled genin. 50 teams. 150 hopefuls. Kids from Konoha and Sand and Sound and Rain. Each thinking they were special. Unique. Destined. Ibiki lived to crush those thoughts. The written test has 10 questions. Each worth 10 points. You start with 10 points. Each time you're caught cheating, you lose 2 points. Get caught 5 times, you're disqualified. Your teammates too. Wait. Some kid from Rain. Brave. Stupid. You're punishing the whole team for one person's mistake? Welcome to real missions, where your teammate's failure gets you all killed. Ibiki's scarred face held zero sympathy. Any other complaints? No? Good. You have 1 hour. Begin. Papers flipped, pencils scratched, and slowly, gradually, understanding dawned. These questions were impossible. Cryptographic theory requiring university-level mathematics. Trajectory calculations needing advanced physics. Intelligence analysis demanding years of field experience. They weren't meant to be answered. They were meant to be stolen. Row 7. Sasuke's Sharingan spun. Not fully awakened but close enough. Copied the hand movements of the Chunin planted 3 rows forward. Traced pencil strokes. Reconstructed answers through pure observation. Too easy, he thought. This whole test is. Movement caught his eye. Naruto. 2 seats over. Not panicking. Not freaking out. Just sitting there. Calm. Centered. Occasionally glancing at his paper with something approaching boredom. What the hell? Sasuke's Sharingan focused. Analyzed. Tried to understand. Naruto's pencil moved. Wrote answers? Correct answers? Sasuke could tell because he'd copied them himself. But Naruto hadn't looked at anyone. Hadn't stolen anything. He just knew. Impossible. Row 3. Sakura worked furiously. Intelligence her strongest asset. Academy training perfect. She actually understood half these questions. Could logic her way through others. The test was hard but not impossible if you'd paid attention for 4 years straight. She finished in 20 minutes. Spent the remaining 40 trying not to have an anxiety attack. Row 12. Gaara sat motionless. Sand swirled around him in patterns that made proctors nervous. His third eye, sphere of compressed sand, floated near the ceiling. Watched everything. Saw everything. Reported back through supernatural connection. Answers appeared on his paper. Written by sand manipulated with surgical precision. Nobody questioned it. Nobody wanted to die today. Outside the academy, Goku perched on the roof. Legs dangling. Eating rice balls. Tsunami had packed for the trip back. They'd gone slightly stale, but food was food and science didn't waste calories. You know you're not supposed to be here, Kakashi said from behind. Am I? Rules for foreign entities are unclear. The rule is don't interfere with the exams. I'm not interfering. I'm spectating. Goku took another bite. Besides, Naruto doesn't need my help. Kid's been studying. Studying what? The test is designed to be impossible for Genin. Studying chakra control. Energy sensing. Spatial awareness. Goku's grin flickered. He can feel the answers. Feel the chakra signatures of people writing. Map the room without looking. It's pretty clever. Kakashi's visible eye widened. That's sensory technique. Jonin level sensory technique. Is it? Seemed pretty basic to me. Ki sensing works the same way. Just different energy frequency. Goku stretched. Your exam structure's interesting though. Encouraging cheating while punishing it. Teaching the balance between intelligence gathering and discretion. Clever. Ibiki's the best at what he does. Which is? Breaking people psychologically. Kakashi pulled out his book. Pretended to read. The final question will be the real test. Not intelligence. Character. Ooh. I like character tests. Those are always interesting. They watched in silence. Minutes ticked past. Inside, Genin sweated. Stole answers. Got caught. Got disqualified. Teams eliminated in bursts of frustrated tears. Then, Gaara moved. Not physically. His chakra signature shifted. Twisted. Something else pressing through. Something massive and furious and barely contained. Shikaka stirring, Kakashi muttered. Whew, the one tail. Another Jinchuriki. From Sand Village. Kakashi's hand moved toward his forehead protector. If he loses control here, he won't. Goku's tone carried certainty. I can feel it. The seal's strong. The container's willpower stronger. He's just angry. Lonely. Same as Naruto was. Was? Past tense. Kid's got friends now. Support network. Understanding. Goku looked at Kakashi. Changes everything when someone decides you matter. Speaking from experience? Always. Goku stood. Brushed crumbs from his GI. Gonna go check on something. Felt a weird chakra signature earlier. Familiar but wrong. Want to investigate. Define weird. Like someone wearing a mask made of other people's faces. Chakra that smells like stolen life and broken rules. Goku's expression turned serious. Could be nothing. Could be something. Better to check. Goku, but the Saiyan was already gone. Instant transmission. Space folded. Reality bent. Kakashi sighed. I hate when he does that. Inside the exam room, 45 minutes elapsed. Teams eliminated. Pressure building. Ibiki stood. Time for the final question. Silence crashed. But first, rules. Once I ask this question, you can't leave. Can't forfeit. If you choose not to answer and stay, you fail. If you answer wrong, you fail. And he paused. Let it sink in. If you fail this question, you're barred from taking the Chunin exams ever again. Explosion of protest. That's not fair. You can't do that. We've worked for years. Silence. Ibiki's killing intent shut them up. Those are the rules. Accept them or leave now. No penalty for leaving. Just forfeit this exam and try again next year. You have 10 seconds to decide. Hands raised. Team stood. Walked out. Pride crushed but futures intact. More hands. More departures. 40 teams became 35 became 30. Naruto's hand twitched. Started rising, then stopped. Something Goku had said. During training. After Wave Country, tests aren't about right answers. They're about right decisions. And sometimes the right decision is refusing to play by rules designed to break you. His hand lowered. Stayed down. Ibiki's eyes narrowed. Last chance? Anyone want to leave? Silence. No one? Ibiki's scarred face split into something approximating approval. Good. Because there is no 10th question. Confusion rippled. You already passed. All of you. The moment you refuse to forfeit despite impossible stakes. He gestured broadly. The real test was courage. Conviction. Understanding that some missions offer no good choices. Just bad ones and worse ones. And choosing to face them anyway. The room exhaled. Relief. Confusion. Residual terror. The second exam starts tomorrow. Forest of Death. Don't be late. Don't be stupid. And definitely don't die. Ibiki turned to leave. Stopped. Oh, and someone tell that orange idiot on the roof that rooftops spectating violates about 12 security protocols. Forest of Death, dawn. Anko Mitarashi stood at the entrance. Purple hair. Mesh bodysuit. Expression that suggested she ate genin for breakfast and used their tears as condiment. Welcome to the Forest of Death. Her grin could have split mountains. Also known as Training Ground 44. Also known as where stupid genin go to die. You'll be dropped at different gates around the perimeter. Each team gets one scroll, Earth or Heaven. Objective simple. Get to the tower at the center within 5 days. Requires both scrolls, meaning you'll need to hunt other teams. Murmurs. Excitement. Fear. Bloodlust. Rules. No killing unless attacked first. No opening scrolls until you reach the tower. And she pulled out waiver forms. Sign these. They say we're not responsible for whatever terrible things happen to you inside. Maiming. Death. Psychological trauma. Standard liability stuff. This is insane, Sakura whispered. This is ninja life, Kakashi corrected. Also relatively safe compared to actual missions. Team 7 approached the gate. Received their heaven scroll. Checked equipment. Naruto bounced on his heels. Nervous energy combined with Kurama's chakra making him jittery. Remember the plan, Kakashi instructed. Avoid combat when possible. Hunt strategically. And if you encounter, he stopped. Every Jonin instructor stopped. Every sensor in the area locked onto the same thing. Chakra signature approaching. Massive. Wrong. Moving through the forest perimeter like cancer through healthy tissue. What is that? Anko's hand moved to her kunai. That's not a genin signature. That's not even Jonin. That's Orochimaru stepped from the shadows, pale skin, yellow eyes. Smile that promised knowledge and agony in equal measure. One of the legendary Sannin. Terrorist. Missing Nin? Monster wearing human skin. Hello, Anko-chan. His voice slithered. Miss me? Anko went white. You're supposed to be dead? Imprisoned? Forgotten? Orochimaru's tongue, too long, too flexible, too wrong, tasted the air. I'm many things. But predictable isn't one of them. Killing intent exploded. Not his. Theirs. Every Jonin present prepared to attack. To kill. To eliminate the threat before. I wouldn't. Orochimaru didn't move. Just existed harder. I've prepared contingencies. Explosives throughout the village. Hostages in secure locations. Killing me triggers protocols that end very badly for everyone. You're bluffing, Kakashi said. Sharingan spinning. Reading. Analyzing. Am I? Feeling lucky, copy ninja? That smile widened. I'm not here for conflict. I'm here for observation. To watch these exams. To see what this generation offers. Especially, his gaze swept across assembled genin. Landed on Sasuke. Lingered. Especially the interesting specimens. Sasuke felt that gaze. Felt the tension like insects crawling under skin. Sharingan flickered, still not fully awakened but responding to threat. You're forbidden from being here? Entering the village? Existing? Orochimaru laughed. Sound like breaking glass. Rules are for people with something to lose. I lost everything years ago. Freed myself from consequences. It's quite liberating. Anko prepared jutsu. Hand signs forming. But Orochimaru was already moving. Not toward them. Away. Into the forest. Slithering between trees. Enjoy the exams, children? His voice echoed. I know I will. He vanished. Silence. Then chaos. ANBU, pursue. Medical teams on standby. Get the Hokage. Everyone calm down. Anko's voice cut through panic. Exams continue. We've dealt with worse. Probably. Maybe. She gestured violently at the gates. Get inside. Now, before I decide none of you deserve to be ninja. Gates opened, teams flooded in, and the forest of death swallowed them whole. 30 minutes in, Team 7 moved through undergrowth. Silent. Professional. Everything academy training emphasized. Then Sasuke stopped. Something's wrong. Define wrong, Sakura whispered. The forest. It's too quiet. No birds. No insects. Nothing. His Sharingan spun. We're being hunted. Naruto felt it too. Kurama's chakra enhancing senses. Predator attention. Multiple signatures. Surrounding. Circling. 3 o'clock, he murmured. 9 o'clock. Behind us. They're coordinating. Sound ninja, Sasuke identified. Earth Scroll team. Same as us. Then they'll want to avoid conflict, Sakura reasoned. No benefit to fighting when both teams need heaven scrolls. The logic was sound. The logic was wrong. Attack came from above. Kunai rain. Explosive tags. Coordinated assault designed to separate and eliminate. Team 7 scattered. Training kicked in. Sasuke went left. Sakura right. Naruto up. Tree walking putting him in branches. Sound ninja descended. 3 of them. Older. Experienced. Moving with confidence that came from killing before. Just kids, one sneered. This'll be easy. Never assume, Sasuke said coldly. Fire jutsu erupted. Standard academy technique executed perfectly. Flames forced the sound ninja back. Naruto's clones exploded from concealment. 20, 30, 40. Surrounded the attackers. Cut off escape routes. You're outnumbered, Naruto said. Confidence replacing fear. Training replacing panic. Surrender the scroll. Walk away. Nobody dies. Cute. The sound ninja's leader laughed. Reached for something. Bell. Small. Innocent looking. Rang it. Sound exploded. Not normal sound. Chakra-infused resonance that bypassed ears and attacked brain directly. Naruto's clones burst. Sasuke collapsed. Sakura screamed. Genjutsu. Auditory illusion combined with neural disruption. And then, wind, violent. Unnatural. Carrying killing intent that made the sound attack look gentle. Grass ninja, 3 more, erupted from underground. Ambush on the ambushers. And leading them, a woman, tall. Purple hair. Face that seemed wrong. Too smooth. Too ageless. Eyes holding knowledge that shouldn't exist in human skull. How disappointing. Her voice carried multiple tones. Harmonics. I expected more from Kakashi's students. She moved. Fast. Impossibly fast. Covered 20 feet in eye blink. Hand extended towards Sasuke's throat. Naruto reacted. Kurama's chakra flooded out. Not controlled. Not measured. Pure instinct overriding training. Red energy exploded. One-tail cloak forming. He intercepted the grab. Clawed hand caught her wrist. She paused. Looked at him. Really looked. Interesting. The Nine-Tails Jinchuriki. Already accessing the Biju's power. Remarkable progress. Her other hand moved. Lightning fast. Touched Naruto's stomach, where the seal was. 5-pronged seal technique activated. Complex. Masterful. Disrupting existing seals without destroying them. Cutting off Naruto's access to Kurama's chakra completely. The red cloak vanished. Naruto collapsed. Gasping. Feeling Kurama's power slammed shut like door locking. There. Much better. She turned back to Sasuke. Now then, killing intent crashed down. New. Different. Not ninja training or Biju rage. Something alien. Goku materialized beside Team 7. Not instant transmission. Faster. Space didn't fold. He just stopped being there and started being here. That's enough. The woman froze. Every instinct screaming. Every sense detecting threat level that shattered scale. You. Her voice held actual emotion. Surprise. Fear. Hunger. The dimensional entity. I felt your presence in the village. Wanted to meet you. Study you? Great. Meeting complete. Goku's expression held zero friendliness. Now remove whatever you did to Naruto. Then leave. Then hope I'm in a forgiving mood. And if I refuse, then I demonstrate why threatening my friends is poor life choice. She studied him. Weighed options. Calculated survival percentages. Decided discretion beat valor. Very well. Hand science. Counter seal technique. 5-pronged seal released. Naruto gasped as Kurama's chakra became accessible again. Considerate professional courtesy. Between interested parties. We're not interested parties. You're a threat. I'm someone preventing you from being a worse threat. Goku stepped between her and Team 7. Leave. Now. While I'm asking nicely, she smiled. Melted. Literally. Face shifting. Body contorting. Becoming someone else entirely. Grass ninja, generic, forgettable. Until next time, Goku-kun, vanished into the undergrowth. Sound ninja, forgotten during the confrontation, used the distraction to flee. Scattered. Gone. Silence returned. Goku turned to Team 7. Everyone okay? What? Sasuke struggled to standing. What the hell was that? Orochimaru. Wearing someone else's skin. Playing games. Goku's expression darkened. He's the weird chakra signature I've been tracking. Slippery. Keeps moving. Changing. Hard to pin down. He sealed my chakra, Naruto said quietly. Fear and anger mixing. I couldn't feel Kurama. Couldn't access, and I fixed it. You're fine now. Goku ruffled his hair. But you need to be more careful. Don't just explode with power when threatened. Control. Discipline. Remember? I know. Sasuke was in danger and I reacted with emotion instead of training. Natural. Human. Also gets you killed. Goku's tone softened. But you're learning. That's what matters. Kakashi materialized from the trees. Late. Too late. I felt the chakra signatures. Orochimaru? Yep. Confronted him. Scared him off. Everyone's fine. Goku gestured. Though he's definitely here for something specific. Kept staring at Sasuke. Calling him interesting specimen. That's usually bad. Kakashi's visible eye darkened. Did he? Nope. Didn't mark him. Didn't curse him. Just looked and left. Goku paused. But he wanted to. Could tell. Same look Frieza had when evaluating planets to conquer. That's not reassuring. Wasn't meant to be. Tower, 3 days later, Team 7 arrived early. Both scrolls acquired. One through combat, Rain team that picked the wrong fight. One through negotiation, Clever Grass team that valued survival over pride. They opened scrolls simultaneously. Smoke erupted. Summoning technique activated. Irika appeared. Smiling. Proud. Congratulations. You've passed the second exam. Welcome to, he stopped. Saw their expressions. Exhausted. Traumatized. Changed. Rough 3 days? Encountered Orochimaru, Kakashi said flatly. He's in the forest. Hunting. Targeting someone. Irika's smile died. I'll report to the Hokage immediately. Any casualties? None. Thanks to intervention. Kakashi glanced at doorway where Goku stood. Watching. Monitoring. But it was close. How close? If he hadn't been there? Kakashi's voice dropped. I'd be reporting 3 dead genin. Preliminary arena, 1 week later. 21 teams passed the second exam. 63 genin. Too many for final tournament. Preliminaries required. Hate Gecko stood at center. Sick. Coughing. But duty meant more than health. The following matches will determine tournament participants. 1-on-1 combat. Win or forfeit. Medical team standing by. Electronic board flickered. Names randomized. First match. Sasuke Uchiha vs Yora Akado. Sasuke descended to arena floor. Moving carefully. Curse mark hidden under bandages. Gift from Orochimaru delivered while Team 7 slept. Infection spreading. Power corrupting. Yora grinned. Sound ninja. Chakra absorption specialist. Nothing personal, Uchiha. Just business. Everything's personal. Sasuke's Sharingan spun. 2 Tomo now. Awakened during Orochimaru's attack. Evolved through trauma. And your business I'm closing, they charged. Yoroi's technique activated. Grabbed Sasuke's arm. Began draining chakra. Systematic. Efficient. Sasuke should have weakened. Collapsed. Instead, curse mark activated. Black patterns spread across his skin. Power flooded out. Not his power. Something else. Something wrong. Sasuke moved faster. Hit harder. Each strike carrying corruption. Yoroi flew backward. Slammed into wall. Unconscious before hitting ground, Sasuke stood there. Curse mark receding. Breathing hard. Eyes wide with realization and horror. That power. That feeling. That, winner, Sasuke Uchiha. Kakashi moved immediately. Appeared beside his student. We need to talk. About that mark. About what it means, later. Sasuke pulled free. Climbed stairs. Refused eye contact with everyone. Especially Naruto, who was staring. Who'd felt the curse mark's chakra. Who recognized corruption when he sensed it. Match 3, Sakura Haruno vs Ino Yamanaka. Childhood friends turned rivals faced each other. Don't hold back, Ino said. I know you won't. Wasn't planning to. Sakura assumed taijutsu stance. Better than academy standard. Training with Goku had helped. Improved foundation. Corrected fundamental mistakes. They fought. Not with hatred. With understanding. Each knowing the other's techniques. Each having practiced together for years before academy rivalry split them. Ino's mind transfer jutsu nearly connected. Sakura dodged by inches. Countered with strike combination. Connected. Knocked Ino down. Could have finished it. Could have won decisively. Instead, extended hand. Draw? Ino stared. Considered. Why? Because making Chunin's not about defeating friends. It's about protecting them. Sakura's smile flickered. We're both strong. Both worthy. Let's prove it together. Ino took the hand, pulled herself up. Hade coughed. That's not technically allowed, but acceptable. Double forfeit. Neither advances. They walked off together, laughing. Friendship restored through combat and understanding. Match 7, Naruto Uzumaki vs Kiba Inuzuka. This'll be easy, Kiba announced. I know all your tricks, loser. Academy dead last doesn't suddenly become. Naruto moved. Fast. Faster than anyone expected. Training with Goku. Morning sessions. Evening sessions. Midnight sessions when sleep seemed less important than improvement. He closed distance. Landed combination. Kiba's dog Akamaru yelped. Kiba stumbled. What the? I'm not who I was. Naruto's eyes flickered red. Kurama's chakra leaking. Controlled. Measured. I'm better now. Shadow clones. 50. 100. 200. Filled the arena. Each moving with improved technique. Each carrying foundation that made them dangerous. Kiba's beast mimicry couldn't track them all. His enhanced senses overloaded. Too many targets. Too much input. Naruto came from below. Uppercut. Clean. Perfect. Kiba flew. Landed hard. Tried standing. Couldn't. Body refused. Winner, Naruto Uzumaki. Cheering erupted. Scattered. Confused. The demon container won? Actually won? Against someone skilled? Goku whistled from the stands. Approval radiating. Kakashi nodded. Even Sasuke, drowning in curse-marked corruption, managed something approximating respect. Naruto stood at center. Breathing hard. Grinning. Feeling pride swell until it hurt. First real victory. First public proof. First step toward dream. Match 12, Gaara vs Rock Lee. This wasn't a match. This was catastrophe with countdown timer. Lee stood opposite the Sand Jinchuriki. Green jumpsuit immaculate. Expression blazing with youth and determination. No chakra control. No ninjutsu. Just taijutsu perfected through 10,000 hours of practice. I will show you, Lee declared, that hard work defeats genius. Gaara said nothing. Sand swirled. Absolute defense forming. Expression holding nothing. Empty vessel filled with rage. They fought. Lee's speed made Jonin stare. His technique made sensors recalibrate. Each strike precise. Professional. Perfect. And meaningless. Sand blocked everything. Automatic defense. Shikaku's protection. Nothing penetrated. Lee's eyes blazed. Then I'll have to remove the weights. Dropped his leg weights. 2 small objects. Hit ground with thud that cracked concrete. Each weight enough to anchor small boats. Lee moved. Really moved. Disappeared from sight. Reappeared striking from 12 angles simultaneously. Speed that made Sharingan struggle. Velocity that bent physics. Gaara's sand couldn't keep up. Cracks formed in defense. Lee's strikes connected. First time anyone had touched Gaara in combat. Blood dripped from Gaara's cheek. Shikaku's voice roared in his head. Kill him. Kill them all. Not yet, Gaara whispered. Not until I prove Mother accepts me. Lee prepared finishing technique. Gate of opening. Gate of healing. Gates releasing. Chakra limiters disengaging. Body pushing beyond safe parameters. Primary lotus launched. Grabbed Gaara. Launched skyward. Spun. Accelerated. Piledriver technique aimed at ending the fight. Sand caught them. Both. Midair. Cushioned Gaara. Crushed Lee. Lee fell. Limbs twisted. Body broken. Landed badly. Medical teams rushed forward. Gaara stood. Unhurt. Empty eyes tracking the broken boy. Wanted to finish it. Wanted to kill. Wanted blood and screams and proof that Mother demanded sacrifice. Enough. Goku appeared between them. Not fast movement. Instant presence. Match is over. He can't fight. You won. Walk away. He hurt me. Gaara's voice carried harmonics. Shikaka pressing through. Nobody hurts me. Nobody. I'm hurting your feelings right now by suggesting you act with honor instead of rage. Deal with it. Goku's expression held sympathy. Not fear. Not disgust. Just understanding. I know what it's like, having something angry inside you. Wanting to prove yourself through violence. It doesn't work. Just makes the emptiness bigger. Gaara stared. This entity. This thing from beyond. Speaking truths that cut deeper than any blade. How do you know? Because I've fought enough battles to understand winning fights doesn't equal winning wars. Goku's hand extended. Not threatening. Offering. You're strong. Scary strong. But strength without purpose is just noise. Find something worth protecting. Someone worth caring about. Changes everything. Gaara's sand swirled. Agitated. Defensive. Then settled. He turned. Walked away. Left the arena without word. But something had shifted. Cracked. Small fissure in armor maintained for years. Medical teams surrounded Lee. Assessed damage. Concluded career-ending injuries. Possibly life-ending if untreated. Goku knelt beside the broken boy. You fought well. With heart and courage and everything that matters. I lost. Lee's voice cracked. Failed to prove hard work beats genius. You proved something better. Prove that giving everything, really everything, matters more than winning. That's worth more than any victory. Lee's eyes fluttered. Consciousness fading. But he smiled. Genuinely smiled. Thank you. Medics carried him away. Toward surgery. Toward recovery that would take months. Toward future uncertain but not hopeless. After preliminaries, Hokage office. Hiruzen reviewed match results. 9 preliminary winners. Tournament bracket forming. Your assessment? He asked Kakashi. They're ready. All of them. Especially Team 7. Kakashi leaned against wall. Naruto's showing remarkable progress. Sasuke's concerning. That curse mark will be problem. And Sakura's developing strategic thinking beyond her years. And Goku's influence? Undeniable. He's teaching philosophy alongside technique. Making them think beyond just combat. Kakashi's visible eye narrowed. But Orochimaru's presence complicates everything. He's after Sasuke. Want the Uchiha bloodline for something. Agreed. Hiruzen puffed pipe. We'll increase security for final tournament. Enbu presence doubled. And Goku. He smiled slightly. He's authorized to intervene if Orochimaru appears again. He'll be thrilled. Been itching to actually fight someone who poses challenge. That's what concerns me. Hiruzen's expression darkened. If those two clash at full power, the arena becomes crater. Possibly the village. Then we pray it doesn't come to that. Prayer's all we have sometimes. Training ground, night, Sasuke stood alone. Curse mark burning under bandages. Orochimaru's voice whispering. Promising power. Strength. Everything needed to kill Itachi. Come to me. I'll give you what you need. What you deserve. Thinking about leaving? Sasuke spun. Goku sat on tree branch. Casual. Observing. How long have you, since you arrived? You're broadcasting indecision pretty loudly. Goku dropped down. That mark. It's poison. Slow poison that tastes like power. I need power. You need control. Different thing. Goku's expression turned serious. I've met people like Orochimaru. They promise everything. Deliver chains disguised as wings. Vegeta nearly fell for a similar trick once. Sold his soul to Babidi for power boost. Thought he could control it. He couldn't. What happened? He broke free eventually. Through friendship and stubbornness, and realizing some prices are too high. Goku stepped closer. You want revenge? Fine. Understandable. But this path? Orochimaru's path? It ends with you becoming what you hate. You don't understand. I understand losing family. My race was wiped out. Brother showed up and told me I should have helped genocide Earth. Then tried to kill everyone I loved. Goku's voice held old grief. But revenge didn't fix anything. Connection did. Protecting people did. Being someone worth remembering. Sasuke's hands trembled. He killed everyone. My entire clan. Parents. Friends. Everyone except me. Left me alive to suffer. Then prove you're stronger by living well. By protecting what matters. By becoming someone who doesn't need revenge because you've built something better. Goku's hand landed on Sasuke's shoulder. You're better than this, Mark. Better than Orochimaru's promises. Don't prove me wrong. He vanished. Instant transmission. Gone, leaving Sasuke alone with curse mark and choices and crossroads approaching faster than he could prepare. 1 month later, tournament day, stadium filled. Thousands of spectators. Daimyo present. Foreign dignitaries. Everyone wanting to see next generation prove themselves. Naruto stood in competitor box. Heart pounding. Hands sweating. This was it. Public stage. Chance to show everyone, prove to everyone, that demon container could be hero. Goku appeared beside him. Nervous? Terrified. Good. Means you care. Means it matters. Goku bumped his shoulder. You'll do great. Trust your training. Trust Kurama. Trust yourself. What if I fail? Then you learn and try again. That's how growth works. Goku's grin split his face. But you won't fail. I've seen your training. Seen your improvement. You're ready. More than ready. Announcer's voice boomed. First match, Naruto Uzumaki vs Neji Hyuga. The crowd roared. Naruto descended to arena floor. Neji waited. Byakugan active. Expression holding disdain and certainty. You can't win. Fate has already decided. Dead lasts don't become heroes. Guess I'll have to prove fate wrong. Naruto's eyes flickered red. Kurama's chakra rising. I'm good at that. They faced each other. Destiny versus determination. Bloodline versus belief. And the tournament began.